Hey everybody, welcome. It is time for Troubles in Otari once again. We just recently finished the newly released Pathfinder beginner box in our last episode, and now we're all experts who never get anything wrong or will never forget any rules. So we've decided to move on to Paizo's follow-up adventure, Troubles in Otari. I actually got a print version of the book in the mail the other day, and one thing that we were actually, in fact, just talking about it during the countdown, is Paizo's artwork. I was flipping through the book, and their style, I love it. I love the artwork. It's great stuff. I love it. And speaking of works of art, let's say hello to the rest of the cast. Hi, everybody.
Smooth.
Yeah, that's a good transition.
Right? That's pretty good. I'm good at this. How's everybody doing today? How you feeling?
Yeah.
Everybody's got tea today.
Yeah.
I have tea on every
out.
episode.
Mine's coffee, but
Mine's Mountain Dew, but I'm sponsored.
Oh God, it's so
true
green.
Tabletop gamer.
Why are you
Where are the
putting him?
Doritos, Xander?
Yeah.
They're here. I'm a real gamer boy.
You said it was chilly, Michelle, but I know that's LA chilly.
Right.
But I know, Gabe, you're out east. How is it over
really
there?
chilly.
There is snow above my ankles, and it is
No!
still snowing, and I
nice.
hate it.
That
Also-
is one thing I don't miss.
I live on a mountain, so
Oh,
the
no.
road, until they salt it, I'm just not leaving.
Wow.
Oh, cozy.
No.
It's a bunker now.
Basically.
That is one thing I do not miss about my hometown was winter
same.
time.
It's pretty though. You know what?
Gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm going to become an Instagram influencer while I'm stuck in a blizzard.
There you go.
Yes,
I'll
magical winter
follow.
wonderland photos only.
Yeah.
Well, let's stop talking about that and play some
Another
I didn't have a good segue for that
transition.
one.
So smooth, didn't even notice.
Seamless.
All right. Everyone in Otari is talking about the Dragon Slayers. While most of the town didn't even realize they were in danger, these four intrepid heroes took on a shadow army of kobold marauders, faced off against their archmage leader, and then took on a raging emerald beast with poison breath and ferocious bloodlust. Every telling of the tale adds a little more danger, a dash of daring, and a few more bloodthirsty monsters to the epic. But the kernels of truth are there, and the truth is that these four heroes did a great service for the people of Otari. It's been 3 days since you've returned to the surface, and I'm curious how each of you has spent that time, especially in the spotlight as you have been. It's also been an opportunity to split treasure amongst each other and shop for new supplies. So if you guys got any cool new gear, I'd love to hear about that too. So how has it been? Let's start with Gabe. Thee. How has Thee been doing the last 3 days?
Probably a bit cautious. He's not used to being in so much danger consistently. And since Ingot hasn't really used the short sword, he actually is going to go to Ingot and ask if he can take it himself. He likes the bow, but the dagger is it's failed him a couple times. And he'd rather something with a little bit more point so he can step back a little bit further if he needs to.
Any weapon is deadly in Thee's hands.
True. And Thee would rather not die.
Ingrid would like this too.
Yes. And other than that, I think Thee is just probably going to invest seeing how like capable Waverly was, he's probably going to invest in a couple potions himself, just so he like if he does have to go off, he doesn't have to put Waverly or like come back into danger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For sure.
Friend.
For sure. I'm curious with these sort of mysterious background. Has the spotlight been at all an issue? Because I imagine like people are talking about this group that you're a part of.
Yes.
Have you been sort of like reveling in the fame, or do you try to like distance yourself from it?
Every time it comes up, he talks about the 3 brave adventurers.
All right.
And there's only 3 of them. There is Gristle, Waverly, and Ingot. There was never a 4th person. That was a kobold. They're dead now. Excuse me. They are on a different plane of existence.
There we go.
They've been removed.
They've been removed.
Yeah.
So when it slowly goes forward, the 3 adventurers.
I think
keep
as soon
seeing
as
the voice.
Ingot hears that, he can catch on pretty quickly to these plans and will immediately change the story as well.
Oh, wait till you get to Waverly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's not wait any longer. How has Waverly been doing the last couple
Oh,
of days?
Waverly tells the exact same story with the 3 adventurers, but being Thee, Ingot, and Gristle, and she's just been there to document the journeys. And she cannot take any credit. She didn't do anything. She was only there in support. And she has insisted on following Gristle around during their time off to better educate herself on what an adventurer does in between adventures. So documenting how much sleep Gristle got, or documenting what she did, or things that she bought, or how many jars of pickled fish she ate. So it's all note-taking for the thesis, because that is the sole purpose of why Waverly is there. I do believe that her and Gristle, she has accompanied Gristle a few times to the local shop, where she has purchased a few more healing potions just in case, and that's pretty much it. She got herself a little fun extra potion, but it may not just be for her. It might be for someone else, depending on the danger that arises. But yeah, her time has been spent just following Gristle around like a puppy.
Right. Following Gristle and taking extensive notes on everything Gristle does. Ingot, how has Ingot spent his downtime? How have things been going for him?
Ingot is not really used to this attention or praise. He was kind of an outcast where he comes from and looked down upon, especially in his unusual manner of speaking. And so he's just like sort of taking it in that everybody's interested and wants to talk to him now, but has been sort of keeping to himself as he browses through the shops. There is a moment where he's in sort of a weaponry shop, an armory, and he picks up a bola, the like 2 like heavy weights that are on like a rope, and just holds it up and is admiring like the stones that are a part of it, and picks 2 of those up for his kit and attaches it to his belt.
Very nice and very interesting weapon.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then, of course, I would love to hear how Gristle has been dealing with the attention and from Waverly and the other people in town. How have things been going for her?
Well, Gristle has been going to the small village. It's small, but it's the only place of socialization in the town, the tavern, and singing about all of our adventures and naming every single person in the party, but how I was the leader and I was definitely integral to getting that mission done, and how I suspected that there was something afoot all this time, and I knew it. And then we fought not just the dragon baby, but the mother and 3 other hatchlings in the story. I'm the one enjoying the story. No one else is doing
Yeah,
it.
but unfortunately the songs say Beverly, so
Right.
people are very curious who this
Confusing.
Beverly is.
Yes, who is this Beverly? And in the downtime, I've been hanging out with my dad's in my place. Waverly is following me around, so I'll quite frequently be like, I'll be right back, and then just shut the door to my room and like leave her outside for hours.
Oh, no.
Because Gristle is secretly scrapbooking about all the stuff that they did and like making a little, like, you know, I kept the receipt from when we bought this thing, and like, you know, this is the dirt from this. So I have like a little secret scrapbooking box, and I kind of keep it, you know,
That's
under
so
my
cute.
bed. But I don't want Waverly to see it. And in 3 days, I've done scrapbooking, tavern going. Oh, and I bought stuff. I convinced my dad that I'm a real hero now that's gonna go on a lot of adventures. So I got a horse.
Him give you a horse?
I asked for 2 things.
I
And
saw you ask for a horse, and I was like, Jim will never give her a horse.
Jim, did I get a horse?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
buy a horse.
See,
You have the gold, you can buy a horse.
To be fair, I asked for like 5 things, and he was like, "You have to pick." So, and instead of buying like weapons or nicer armor, I got a horse because I think I would look really cool on it with my cape flowing in the winds.
Describe the
The
horse.
horse's name.
Describe the
Huh?
horse. What does it look like?
What's his name?
Yes, the horse is white and it has black mane. It's really cool. His name is Pork Chop. I don't know. It's I like food. I like food names for things. That's yeah. Pork Chop.
Gristle's noble steed, pork chop.
Yes.
I sense a theme.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's Pork Chop, and Pork Chop's pretty cool. He has like the nicest, well, I think it's the nicest, what do they call it? Bridling, all this stuff. Horse
Bridle,
clothes.
bridle, saddle, yeah.
Yeah, has really cool horse clothes. And the one magical item I picked up from the local magic store, I don't know, is it's called a wondrous, hold on, I gotta look at that thing. A wondrous figurine. So this thing is a small statuette about 1 inch in height.
Hey.
And yay! It's carved from a specific material. To activate takes 2 actions, and you put it on the ground, say its name. Its name is Salmon.
Salmon?
Nice.
Salmon, like the fish.
Oh, salmon.
Salmon? Salmon.
Salmon.
Salmon?
Salmon.
Is that a bad name? Should I pick a
No,
different name?
good.
we'll call him
Name's great.
Sal for short.
Sal.
Salad? Is that a better name? I hate salad.
No, Sal.
I think salad is stupid and I hate it.
Extra syllable.
It's worse. So salmon is transforms to a guard dog that has a +4 circumstance bonus to survival checks to track, has dark vision, and can see hidden creatures and all sorts of crap for 6 hours.
You bought a menagerie.
I love
I
it.
bought a horse and a tiny dog. This dog is made out of soap in real life. There's not a stem.
Let's be real, those things are just Pokemon. Like, you throw it on the ground, you say its name, it appears, it's a Pokemon.
And then it faints. That Pokemon did not faint, but okay. Yeah, and then I guess been hanging out with my dad's, lifting things around the fish pickle warehouse, and attending to, I don't know, sharpening my steels and shining up my armor shinier.
I like to think that it was like literally just lifting things, not helping out in the fishery, but just lifting. Like
For
like just
workout.
working out
Yeah.
with barrels of pickled fish.
Never skip leg day with the pickled fish.
Never. Well, it is the morning of the 3rd day after your adventures under Otari, and the Vanderrips have actually asked all 4 of you to visit the fishery. They won't even tell Gristle just why until you arrive. And when you do get there, Gristle Senior is beaming with pride, and you think there might just be a tear in the corner of his eye as he begins to speak. He says, "You know, Gristle, your father and I were wary of this adventuring and this hero business. It's not that we didn't think you could do it, it's just that it's so dangerous. We'd always hoped you would take on the family business and pickle fish with us. But one thing has become clear. This is not who you are. We've decided it's time to fully support you. And if you're serious about this adventuring, then it's time for us to get serious about it too. There are lots of people asking around about how they can hire you, how to contact you. And while we don't know much about adventuring, we do know about running a business. You need a space to call your own, a place that people can go when they need your help. Now, there's a fisherman's camp outside of Otari. It's been abandoned for quite a while. It's a really good location. The structure is sound, but no one has wanted to purchase it because there is a lot of superstition about it being haunted.
Whoa.
And Father and I have decided that if it really is haunted, who better to drive out these spirits than Otari's newest heroes? So if you're up for it, we'd like to purchase the camp, invest in a little freelance adventuring concern. You'll have to clear it of any danger and make it livable, but we'll handle the really dangerous work of dealing with the Otari Realtors Association while you're doing that. So what do you guys say?
Oh my god, Daddy, that's so nice. Oh my father, that's amazing news. I'm so excited for our adventuring party to have a real HQ and be real adventurers. That's quite the deal, I'd say. What do you all think?
When Gristle Sr. says probably haunted, is there a percentage number?
We haven't seen the property, but it's been on the market for a very long time, and there have been a lot of deals that have fallen apart because of this prospective haunting. So we would assume that the chances are fairly high that there's something that has made a home there. Whether it's a ghost or whether it's just simply local critters from the wilds, that's up for you to determine.
Ingot can handle local critters, but Ingot is not a fan of ghosts.
Oh, there is nothing to be afraid of. Think of those poor, tormented souls. Oh, yes, we shall absolutely do this and help bring those souls to their final resting place. Or more or less, on to the next phase of their journey.
Yes, away from this plane of existence, as you said before.
It's not killing if they're dead, right?
Oh, they're already dead, but only in
Excellent.
this life.
Can I
So a
stab a
double kill-
ghost?
Wait, what? I felt like I was on the same page a second ago, and now I'm confused about what happens when you kill a ghost. Does anyone know here? Anyone?
Waverly?
Only what I've read. I've not actually killed a ghost before. I don't prefer the term kill. They are already dead. So, if a soul, a being, is already dead upon this plane of existence, and they come back, well, that's an abomination, because they are not meant to be on this plane of existence anymore. They are meant to travel on to the next. Therefore, any souls that are still residing here must be removed, and they can journey on to the next phase of their life.
So we pacify living things and we exorcise dead things.
Sounds like
Nice
a
and
new
simple.
team motto.
Yes, or we guide them. We're like the guides into the next life.
They're getting exercise when we exercise.
If we could
However
shorten,
you'd like to say it.
yeah, if we could shorten those two things into like one cool catchphrase, we could put that above the door to our new headquarters. Okay, I think we're all in. Sounds like everyone's okay with hunting ghosts, making them move out, I guess, from this plane of existence.
Except Gristle, we're not hunting them.
Oh, well,
We're helping them.
Busting. Them.
how does what? So, all right. Ghost stuff notwithstanding, again, don't know a lot about ghosts. How do you? I mean, can you punch it or kick it? How do you get rid of a ghost? Yell at it a
Flatten the
lot.
short sword.
Well, I have a book in my bag right here all about the afterlife and souls after they've been removed from this earth. Jim, can I roll a knowledge check?
Yeah, you can actually roll a religion
That's
check.
some great recipe, girl.
This is right up your alley. Yeah.
Okay. 14 plus 8.
Oh, yeah.
22.
You know that most actual hauntings, most actual ghosts are actually spirits that have been unable to move on because of some sort of unresolved business that ties them to this plane, unable to enter the afterlife, whatever afterlife awaits them. So you know that most actual hauntings can be resolved by communicating with and helping the spirits with whatever it is that is keeping them tied here. You know that actually, while many ghosts can be destroyed, it is actually typically only a temporary solution. as a destroyed spirit will often come back after a short time, unable to move on still. They can't actually be punched away.
So Waverly goes on her soapbox for like about 10 minutes about all of that. And that is why we are helping them.
Ingot understands.
Thea understands.
I totally get it. Yeah, let's go. I get it.
Is there something we should get to prepare for an encounter with a ghost?
Does the word ghost make you uncomfortable?
Yes.
Well, why don't we come up with a better term that will make you less uncomfortable? Perhaps soul or
Floating dead person?
Abomination.
Floaties. That one's shorter. Floaties.
Floaties? Perhaps we shall deal with the floaties.
If you don't want to use it, feel free to make another suggestion. Fee, I see you smirking down there.
Oh,
will
no. I'm thinking about the two kinds of holy water that I know of.
Huh?
One, water blessed by a cleric. Two, alcohol.
Oh.
yes, but it is a little different. We should speak with them, perhaps help them. Because we could smite them all day long, but they still will be tormented and return to this plane of existence in order to finish their unsolved business. But if we can help them, then they can travel along to the next phase.
So,
I still
like,
want alcohol.
okay, maybe Waverly can bless the alcohol and then kind of double up on that situation. Fee, I don't know how that works. But
You know what? Deal.
I want to be clear that Gristle has no idea what Katie or what Waverly was saying earlier, so I've like not tracked where this conversation is going at all.
I just love that Waverly's like entire like moral philosophy is just not liking words for things. So if we just call it something different, it'll be better. That's really good.
Realistic. I like that character.
Okay. So this place that this camp, your dads actually give you guys a map of the region, and there's about 6 miles outside of Otari. There's a red circle. Like, here's where you go. So it's kind of up to you guys when you want to take care of that. If there were any other additional preparations you wanted to make, obviously the mention of ghost has caused some concern. Floaties, sorry. The mention of floaties has caused some concern. So I'm not sure if there's anything that you want to do just off the cuff. Holy water is something that is relatively available in town. It's three gold per vial, and it can be thrown as a splash weapon if that's something you wanted to pick up. Otherwise, it's up to you guys
pick up 2.
when you want to head out and how you want to. 2 of those for you, sure, yeah, easily done.
Would I already have holy water in my adventurer's pack as a
I
cleric?
don't think it comes standard as part of the kit, but that's
I'll get
something
one then.
Yeah, sure. Small
Can I get-
holy water.
Yeah, everyone 2, I guess, ish, except for
Sure, yeah.
If we're
Hey,
in
Raven,
We
That's
could
some
like
holy
put it on a
water.
weapon too, right?
Let me put it this way: the rules don't specifically cover that, but
Fair.
sure, why not? I mean, like, that's something that I would probably house rule that if it would, it would be good for a hit.
Awesome.
I feel like
Oh,
as we're
man.
browsing you this potion shop, you see like where the holy water is kept, and then Ingot keeps looking sort of at his eye level, and it moves into like antidotes. So he's going to take a look. What do they sort of have available antidote-wise?
Yeah, there's all various strengths of alchemical antidotes that you can get. It just depends on how much money you want to spend. The lesser antidotes are 3 gold pieces apiece, and then there's the next step up is 35 gold pieces. So moderate
Unreasonable.
antidotes are quite expensive. There's a big jump.
Yeah.
What those do is those actually will help protect you against poisons for 6 hours, giving you a +2 item bonus against poisons 6 hours. That's pretty good.
Is this so? Okay, it's something you would take before being poisoned, but it also is affected after you're poisoned.
It doesn't matter when you take it. You can take it before, and it certainly has a long duration. But if you become poisoned and take it, then you can start adding those bonuses to your saves immediately.
Ingot holds up 4 of the lesser antidotes and is just like, can we? Who's in charge of money?
I don't think it would be me.
He goes to Waverly then.
Yeah.
Ingot thinks perhaps these would be useful.
Yes, quite. How many gold pieces?
12.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I don't have enough to cover one for myself, but feel free to go ahead.
Oh, Ingot has some, and he'll pull out. He has some of the share of the treasure, so he just needed permission. He can pay for it.
He just wanted to check first.
Yeah. So he'll
The
pick
house
up
mom.
4 antidotes.
Sweet.
Sure.
Lesser.
I'm like, should I get? Gristle will be fine. I don't need anything.
No, you have a horse, which will definitely help against.
You have a horse and a dog.
Yeah.
It better, both of those things. I have a dog statue, so just so you know.
Right.
All right. Does anyone need anything else before we set out? Feel free to load your packs onto my trusty steed. I forgot pork chop. Really forgot. Nothing else shopping wise. We cool team.
Yeah.
Ingot feels prepared.
All right. Let's go. Meet and discourage from fighting with some floaties.
We're going to guide the spirits.
Okay, that thing. Yes.
With violence.
Or
Let's
their
violently guide
creatures.
them away.
Right.
Okay. All right. So you make your way out of Otari proper, leaving the hustle and bustle of the town behind. It's only about 6
Can we
miles.
hitch a
outside
wagon
the
to Pork Chop? Like not a full covered wagon, like a red radio flyer like wagon.
Only if it's cool
Good
looking.
Yeah.
I won't let anything dirty or ugly touch my horse.
Oh, Ingot cannot touch the horse.
Oh.
That's right.
Aw. That's so mean.
He said it first. He said Ingot said it first. I did nothing. Don't come after me, chat.
I have to ask. I imagine the answer is obviously yes, but Gristle, you're riding the horse out of town, right?
Uh-huh.
Definitely. So
Maybe
you've
I have
got
like a little flag that I carry also.
oh, for
Ooh,
sure. Oh, you've got a banner.
a banner.
That rules.
Yeah, I made it. I had time. I made it. Well.
You got a
The
banner
Vander Rips.
flapping, your cloak billowing in the wind.
It has a big
So
G on
cool.
it.
But really,
Nice.
Waverly made it on the hours she spent sitting outside of Gristle's room.
I like that
Looking
one. I like that
And
one.
quite
Waverly
majestic.
Waverly's running like at a little pace behind the horse, holding the torch.
Oh, nice. The torch.
Yeah, still holding the torch.
Oh god, did that thing turn off? Can you is there an on-off switch or is it always
It's
on?
an ever
It's always on.
torch.
Yeah. You would just cover it when you don't want it.
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
okay.
throw like a little sack over it when you don't want the light to.
Little sack. Okay.
As they're moving forward and we're moving closer into like the fisherman's area, the fisherman's camp,
Yeah.
Ingot is going to take some time with Thee and sort of in the back. Has Thee dealt with the supernatural before?
No, I don't do that.
Ingot is also nervous.
I do not met. Do you remember the crypt? Why do you think I did not go in?
How should we proceed?
Waverly seems very smart and has a sense of divine nature. Gristle is big. With those two combined, Gristle will either step on the ghost or Waverly will I don't know, marry
Talk
them
to
to a
it.
different plane of existence and then they will honeymoon somewhere else. I don't know how it worked. My last resort is Ingrid, I'm very worried that Grisel is going to be possessed because if she gets possessed, we're dead.
Oh, we must prevent this from happening.
That I got holy water just in case we have to drink it.
And then with that, I think Ingot gets lost in his thoughts
Yeah.
as they continue to walk.
Honestly, Thea does not know ghosts. So he literally bought the holy water to drink it if he has to avoid getting possessed. Didn't even think about throwing it at him.
Nice. All told, it's about 3 hours between the time you leave and when you actually first catch sight of this fishing camp, and you realize that you've stumbled upon something far bigger than what you'd expected. The sprawling camp is actually more of a compound, almost comparable to the Vanderript fishery. There are some storage sheds on the eastern side of the property, an old smokehouse on the western side, and between them is this massive central structure. You would guess that the main entrance to the central building faces the sea, as you don't see any entrance from the road. It's very likely that whoever used to work these grounds, like they lived here, again, very much like the Vanderript fishery, where this is where they lived and worked, and probably maybe even up to half a dozen people could have lived here pretty comfortably. It's a very large structure. The whole property, however, at this time is overgrown and neglected. But Grisel, you can already see that with a few days' hard work, you should be able to turn it into something quite livable. That is, of course, if you can secure it. Grisel Sr.'s warning that this place may well be haunted is very fresh in everyone's minds. So as you're looking over the place, again, there's the bigger central building, but then there are some storage sheds that are they're separated from the building by this wooden walkway. It's almost like a boardwalk that goes up, like a huge porch almost that goes around almost the entire building. But then there's also, again, there's that smokehouse that is also off the main house. So plenty of places to look at. As you're moving, though, let's not forget those exploration activities if you would like to be doing any of them. So let me know. Again, you could be scouting or searching or detecting magic all the time, or whatever it is that you think would give your guys an edge as you move.
Yeah, I will say that Ingot is on edge and looking everywhere through his crystal that he's brought up to detect magic.
Sure.
He's not quite sure if a ghost would show up in something like that, but it's his only defense at this point.
Okay. Anything from anybody else?
I think I would be scouting a little bit. Since I'm on the horse, I can move a little faster and kind of going in front of and behind, sort of doing a little circumference area around the party.
Yep. Scouting is going to give everybody, again, that nice +1 to initiative if it gets rolled.
For whatever reason.
For if anything we're here. I don't know. It's probably safe.
Stealthing. I don't know if you can hide from a ghost, but I'm sure as hell gonna try.
Avoiding notice. Very nice. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, Thief.
Or did you want to roll it and I don't know?
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll do a secret roll. So what's your stealth bonus these days?
10.
Oh, very nice. You're really good at that. All right. Anything from you, Waverly?
She's just recalling all of her religious knowledge. So
Sure.
Nothing
That makes a
helpful
lot
to
of
the
sense.
party.
Yep. All right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So the grounds are yours. What do you want to check out first? Plenty of
Does
space
anything
to cover.
give off a magic aura?
From the road, you have not detected any magic yet.
Okay.
No.
I think
And-
Ingot will start towards the smokehouse and
Okay.
detect over there.
Making your way towards the smokehouse, you don't detect any magic as you approach it. It looks like it's a sort of a squat building with a huge chimney, several chimneys up top. There is one of those, as you make your way around the building, you note that there's one of those like sliding barn doors that you would have to like pull aside to get into it. but there doesn't appear to be anything magical. Nothing pings from detect magic, and you don't notice anything else out of the ordinary.
As I'm looking around, I would like to make a different sort of check. As I'm examining this building, does the architecture of it match like in town proper? Like, does it look like it would have been constructed about the same time or in the same style?
Just with a cursory glance, I would say without even any checks, yeah, I mean, it looks like,
Okay.
aside from the fact that it's now like pretty run down and overgrown, it doesn't look out of place. It definitely looks like something that you would have found. In fact, it very closely resembles the Vanderip fishery in a lot of ways.
Gotcha.
They don't have a pickling plant, but you know,
Can't be perfect.
We can fix that.
can't be perfect.
You mentioned there was a smokehouse?
Yeah, that's where Ingot is currently
That's where Ingot-
investigating.
what was the other thing?
Yeah. There are some
Sheds.
storage sheds. Yeah, so there's the smokehouse, the storage sheds, and then the main building.
I'll go if Ingot went one way, well, I'd follow Gristle. So
I would like to activate my Onyx dog.
Sure.
Ooh.
Boof. Because the dog can detect for me. It just says when the dog senses a hidden creature with its scent, that creature is instead observed and concealed.
Okay.
So I want the dog to sniff out if there is anything suspicious that is not, I guess, magical, just physical.
Sure. Says it has the same stats as the guard dog, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I pulled those
Oh,
up.
and to activate it, I put it on the ground and I say, "Come to me, salmon!"
And lo and behold, a dog.
There's
You,
a
tell
rushing
me
of
about this
water.
dog. It's your dog. You get to describe the dog.
Oh, the dog is golden brown, like a loaf of bread, and has little black ears and a black nose, and it looks sort of like a husky, but instead of it being black and white, it's golden, like a golden retriever,
Nice.
and it's really cute and it looks like a salmon. The end.
it looks
Like-
Looks like a salmon.
So the dog appears and looks up at you, wagging its tail. Where are you headed with the dog? Where do you want to? What do you want to scope out? Ingot's over by the smokehouse. Again, it's a pretty big property. Keep in mind, so there's a little bit of distance between the smokehouse and the main building, and then on the storage sheds are on the far end, the far eastern side of the property. So.
Maybe first check the perimeter around that boardwalk you mentioned. That's kind of around
Sure.
the area.
Sure. You start walking around the boardwalk area. That puts you. You can actually. You're basically walking on a wooden walkway that moves around the three faces of the central building and takes you around to where the storage sheds are. As you're moving, the dog doesn't like do anything, like it's sniffing around, doesn't seem to be particularly concerned or worried about anything.
Suspicious
However-
because you still rolled, but go ahead.
Huh?
I'm suspicious because you still rolled, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes. However, as you are walking across the boardwalk, across the front of the central building, there is a sharp crack beneath your feet, and the boards begin to give way very, very quickly, and you start to fall through onto some very pointed rocks below, and I do need you to roll a reflex save.
All right.
Aren't you on your horse?
No, I got off. I would feel like.
Oh, okay.
I mean, horse. Yeah, what's his name again? Porkchop is tied up somewhere. He's fine. Oh Christ. Okay, that's a 5 plus 7, 12.
12 is no good. You fall right through these weakened boards onto some rocks below. It's not a very long fall, but the splintered wood collapsing around you causes quite a bit of a problem for you. You take a total of 3 points of damage.
Oh.
As you land, everybody now hears this crash and of the wood. You all look over. You can see like the little plume of dust as Gristle has like broken through the boardwalk, rolls out from the wreckage.
Hey everyone, be careful of these boards. They're quite weak. I'm glad I found that first before any of you got seriously injured.
Are you all right?
Oh, super good. Great. I've got all this armor and I'm very tough, so nothing is wrong at all. It's totally fine. I was checking the boards purposely.
Oh,
Tap, tap.
that is very wise.
Well
As
done.
you are picking your way out of all this collapsed wood, though, you do note the glint of something shining, like wedged under some rocks.
Wait, hold on. If I grab it, will I die? I
That's always the question.
don't know. Can I look at it first before touching it?
Yeah, you
I look
give it
at
a
it.
look. You can see that it looks like there's a knife. There's a dagger that is like must have
Ooh.
fallen under this boardwalk at some point. Has just been laying here for a long time. However, it looks to be in flawless condition.
I kind of get my sleeve out and I kind of grab the knife with the sleeve so I don't touching it,
Sure.
just in case.
Yeah.
Hey,
dagger.
I found a little dagger.
Do
Oh,
not touch it.
I'm kind of not touching it. My shirt is touching it. I'm not touching it.
I'll rush
Smart.
over and detect magic.
You detect the presence of magic.
Oh, it's a magical dagger. How exciting.
Oh, cool. I mean, what kind of magic does it do then?
Oh, how would I know?
You would want to make an Arcana check. You know that Ingot seems to be really good at that, though you may also have that skill trained as well.
Totally.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I do, but I only have a 9 total, so.
Oh, yes. You're not quite certain. You don't think it's anything particularly dangerous, but you're not quite certain what the rune etched into the blade.
You know who would
Does.
be much better at determining the type of magic this dagger could be? Perhaps you should talk to Ingot.
Sure. Hey, Ingot, and we start to walk over to where Ingot is looking at the smokehouse.
Oh,
Sure.
are you okay, Gristle?
Yep, super good. Just a little dusty. Got to clean this armor again, but twice a day is an okay number for me. I found this magical dagger, I guess. According to Beverly, it's magical in some nature. Would you like to take a look at it?
Yes, Ingot would like to do that.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. 22.
22.
Arcana.
You spend a minute looking at the rune, and you realize it's very similar to the rune that is on Thee's short sword. And in fact imparts a similar property. These is a +1 dagger, which will provide a +1 to hit on any attack roll made with it.
And Ingot will look over at the short sword that Thee has on his belt, and will just bring the dagger over to compare and see that the runes are the same. And say, accuracy is increased.
Do you need this magical dagger, Thee? So, because it matches your sword, and it's kind of cool when two things match.
I would like that. Then I can throw this one and stab with this one.
Yes, and I guess what's the word we're using now? Not kill ghosts.
That's-
Move.
oh,
Guide?
yes.
Guide.
Floaties. There we go.
Guide floaties.
Yes, with that thing. This is gonna be very hard to remember. We need like a lexicon of things we're calling things. This is
Oh,
getting
you
very
can just
complicated.
ask me. I have everything written down right here.
Okay, all
This is
right.
going to be an interesting thesis.
Can't wait to hear about it one day, I guess. Well, yes. Please take this probably not haunted dagger, and shall we? Thea, what were you checking out while we were going about the premises?
Well-
At that point, Thea would probably be looking around to see if there's been any disturbances before we came around. Like, like as a thief who comes in and takes things, it's probably trying to leave very little tracks.
Sure.
So, like, are we the first people to come in here in however long?
Sure. Well, then I need. We'll deal with two things simultaneously. First, while you're looking around, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
All right.
And then, Gristle, you notice as you guys are standing around the smokehouse, as Ingot is inspecting the rune on this new dagger that you found, Salmon is going wild at the door, like digging at it, like trying to get in.
Oh.
That's a 17. I don't like that.
17. You do know you can't pick out any specific tracks that you can identify, but you do note that like there's movement in this area. Like you do find some tracks, you find like there is definitely like wildlife activity in the area. But you're not quite certain exactly what has been moving through.
Cool. I'll tell the rest of the group about that then.
Sure.
Well, in that case, I don't know. It sounds like maybe there's not ghosts out here. Maybe there's just like a bunch of animals people don't like. My theory for now.
That is possible.
I
I mean, last thing there was people stealing and it was kobolds and a baby dragon. I would not be shocked.
Anything can happen.
Man, but in that case, they turned out to be something more scary than what we thought it was. I hope in this case
Oh.
it's the opposite.
Yes.
All right, so
Inget will make his way over to open the door then.
Okay. Ingrid
Devin,
grabs the
come here,
door.
boy.
Ingrid grabs the door, pulls it aside.
Slowly.
The wheel on the track is like old and rusty, so it catches a couple of times. It's incredibly hard to get it over there, and it screeches and squeals and protests the whole way, but finally you get it open. And when you do get it open, there is this burst of incredibly foul-smelling hot air that hits you in a nauseating wave. There are overturned barrels of long rotted fish littering the room, and you see this great puddle of sludge at the center of the space. As the rectangle of light from the open door hits this puddle, it shudders and reacts, quivering and then splitting into two distinct, foul-smelling, disgusting masses, and both of them surge toward the opening, and it is time to roll initiative.
Aw,
Oh no!
sludge monster. Why do?
I do indeed.
Oh, I hate that.
Ooh.
Oh, it has leggies. 2 legs?
They do kind of have little legs.
That makes it worse.
3, 20.
21.
They slurp towards you quite quickly, but what is everybody's initiatives? Remember, you get a +1 thanks to old Gristle.
Nice.
2.
2?
22.
Okay, 22. Sorry, the first part of that cut off. I was shocked that things could have gotten so
Like, why are you so
poorly for
proud of this 22?
Inget actually got a 23.
Wow, you guys are quick.
Get it.
Quick.
Gotta get out of the way.
26.
I got a 19.
Let's take him out.
You are all quite quick to notice the danger and react accordingly. Thea, you are up first. You see these 2 slurping masses of rotting fish and just goop making their way towards Ingot. What do you do?
Nope, don't like that. You know, me and Inget, we have an understanding. We hate all of this ghost stuff. So I'm going to sprint forward and take a swing at the closest one with my short sword.
That will do it. All right, so 1 action to move forward. You rush forward. 1 action to draw your blade, and then another action to strike.
It's not an action because a quick draw.
Ooh, quick draw. That's right. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. So just 1 action to draw and strike in a fluid motion.
So that's a 23 to hit.
Oh, that
Dang.
does it. That easily does it.
All right.
That would be a critical hit. You like go for this thing, and it has like a shape that you think you understand, and you're like, okay, stab it in the eye. But as your blade like enters, like you get a solid hit, but you realize like it doesn't react the same way a normal creature would react. It doesn't seem to have like a vital part to hit, and even though it's a critical hit, it doesn't deal any extra damage.
Interesting. That's cool.
You
Okay.
also note that even though this thing, like, it's moving very slowly, and it doesn't seem to, like, again, when you cut it, like, this is you've done this before. You're very skilled, but because it doesn't have those weak points to strike, your sneak attack damage will actually also not affect it.
Interesting. Cool. Okay. So then that is just 9 points of damage.
All right. Still cut away some of just cut away a chunk of its mass. It falls onto the ground, and as it does, it just sort of discorporates and becomes inert sludge. But you feel like, man, if this thing had organs, you would have been able to deal so much more damage.
Interesting. All right, I'm going to use my third action to move away from it.
All right. You dart in and dart out.
Cool.
Quick on your feet. I love it. How far away do you want to get from it?
20 feet.
20 feet? Okay, sure. So you just move back out of the room, giving yourself a wide berth. Next up in line, it's Ingot.
Yeah. And they're still in the room, right? Where that was.
Yeah, they haven't moved
doorway.
yet. They've like basically just like formed up, and they're about to come darting forward, but they're still right where they started.
So Ingot was already on edge with the mention of ghosts and spirits and stuff. So this terrifies Ingot, and I'm going to use one action he sort of flattens himself up against the wall beside the door to like get out of the way. And then he's going to cast Protective Ward, calling on one of his crystals, and he's just going to stay there and emanate this Protective Ward.
All right, so everybody next to Ingot on this round, everybody next to Ingot's going to get that protection, and then as it expands, it'll become more and more enveloping everybody in the protective ward. Awesome.
So everyone gets a +1 to their AC.
Nice. Next up, we have Waverly.
I would like to know more about this creature.
Absolutely. In order to find out more, we're looking at occultism.
Ooh, okay.
That's troubling.
Okay, 17.
17. You note that this is something colloquially called a sewer ooze, because typically they live in sewers. They actually normally form in very heavily populated areas where maybe the sanitation department isn't as well funded as it should be, and they normally are formed that way. But these particular ones must have, you're noting like all the rotting fish that were just like left by whoever abandoned this place, and you realize that while you're not in a sewer, the same biological process still occurred here, creating these two monstrosities. In terms of useful information, I will tell you, you note that they have an ability to create a wave of filth all around them. So you know that you definitely want to keep your distance from these creatures, or they can get you in a burst.
I'm going to raise my shield.
Sure.
And if I'm standing in the doorway next to Ingot, am I within 15 feet?
Yeah, you're within 15 feet of the creatures.
Then I would like to cast Burning Hands upon them. If I can hit both of them, that would be great.
Yeah, they're both right next to each other, so definitely the cone will hit both of them.
Awesome.
So I'll go ahead and make some reflex saves. Ooh, that's actually surprisingly good. 18 and a 19.
Jesus.
Ooh, all right. So half damage for you, sir.
All right.
Both of them. Boo. Okay. It's only 5 points of damage. That's sad.
Okay. So they take 3 each. Wave of flame comes in, and you know they're so wet that it's difficult to catch them on fire. And as they start to smolder, that wave of noxious stink becomes almost unbearable for a moment. But it does indeed char some of their mass. Next up is them. They will begin schlorping their way forward. They move incredibly slowly, you note. Despite the fact that they're, again, only about 15 feet away, it takes them 2 actions to get to the doorway. The first one just reaches out with like, it doesn't have arms, but this this section of its mass sort of forms into this almost club-like appendage and tries to smash into Waverly. So that is going to be a 16 total. Fails.
Fail.
All right, so it comes in splats against your raised shield, dealing no damage. The other one, it's like bubbles up for a moment, and then it seems to almost explode, flinging this wave of filth in a 20-foot emanation, which is going to catch everybody from the doorway. Everybody needs to make a reflex save.
Aha! My favorite.
Okay.
I'll take it. That's okay.
Oh no.
21.
That is a pass.
And
8 is a failure.
is 10 a failure?
Yes,
also?
10 is also a failure. Waverly?
Oh, 17.
17 is a pass. So Gristle and Ingot, you get covered in this burning goo, and you take 2 points of acid damage, and you're going to take a negative 10-foot penalty to your speeds while you are just like gummed up in this
Oh god.
sticky mass.
Aw.
So you're moving a little bit slower. Sorry. You can, on your turn, use one of your actions to clean yourself or someone else off, which decreases the penalty by 5 feet for every action that you spend. So it would, in theory, take a total of 2 actions to completely remove this gunk from yourself. However, that is all they can do, because again, they had to spend 2 whole actions just moving into place. These are slow boys. So we move to Gristle's turn.
First of all, I'm very dirty and I do not like this. Secondly, this is my bonus action, right? Yelling. Secondly, they're moving so slow. Why don't we just leave and close the door? I'm not sure. Are we all committed to fighting these to the death? Or are we, Okay, all right, fighting to the death. All right. I want to. Oh, you said it's 2 actions to get clean, but if I leave it on,
It's just a
then
minus
what
10
happens
penalty to
every
your
turn
speed if you leave it. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. How far am I from?
I would say that you could probably the total of only 10 feet away, because they moved up into the doorway at this point.
Oh,
so,
great.
Yeah.
Perfect. I want to draw the magical sword that we found in the cave. It's the fire. It was called a fire sword, or some smoking sword. Glad I didn't write that down. And I take a turn and wield it. All right, buddy, your time to shine now. And I turn it on. How do I turn it on again?
You use one action. You basically just use one of your actions to turn it on, which I imagine looks like you just waving around, going, "How do you do the thing? Do it. Do that fire thing." And then as you're doing that, it bursts into flames.
Oh yay! But I use 2 actions then, right? Drawing it.
Yes,
and
that
turning
would
it on?
be 2 total actions. You have 1 action left.
But I can't reach them from where I'm standing without moving.
Right.
Son of a monkey. All right. I move in front of Waverly.
You don't have space to move in front of Waverly, but you can move next to her, because those things already moved up like right to where she is. So.
Okay, I do that thing, and that's it.
All right,
that's all I can do.
You move right up next to her. The sword, a few moments later, like sputters back out, but it looked really cool for a second.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize it didn't turn. I didn't realize it didn't stay on. I just wasted my turn.
You say that.
I mean, to be fair, I should have written it down, but here we are.
That's what these tests are for. You're learning.
Yeah.
Is this a test?
We're at the top of the next round, and Fee, you're up. At this point, Waverly and Gristle are both in the doorway, and the creatures are right on the other side of them, so they're actually sort of blocking up this doorway. But it is your action, and you still could make a range attack fairly easily. Just remember, they're going to get a little bit of cover from your friends.
Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to drop the short sword
Okay.
And as a quick draw action, draw and throw the +1 dagger at
Nice.
the slime.
One fluid motion. The dagger goes sailing forward. Remember to add that extra +1 to your attack roll for its magical
This is
rune.
a shame that criticals don't really affect them. Because that's a 28.
Yeah, that is you throw true. Almost like this thing like sort of forms a mouth and you like throw it right down its throat. You're like, gosh, if this thing just had an actual throat, it would be dead by now.
Okay. And so here's the question. Does that mean drawing my bow and attacking with it is also a single action?
Technically, yeah. You
All
draw
right.
and fire in a single action. Yeah,
I'm going to do it, so I'm going to take my second attack with the bow.
sure. Just keep in mind that is the -5 penalty, but otherwise
Cool.
good to go. What was the damage on your first strike?
3. I realized that was
3.
important, and I didn't say it.
It's good to know. All right.
So
the dagger's now just like floating inside this creature.
That's so gross. So -5. That's a natural 1.
Oh no!
Oh, well, do the math on this.
Yes. So that's 4.
4. Okay. 4, not by as much as you would think, but still is a failure, so it becomes a critical failure. Now, this isn't something that's strictly written in the rules, but one thing that I love to do when you're firing and critically fail, when all of your friends are right in the way, is just roll me another attack, and we'll just see if anybody who's in the way might get hurt.
Do it, Jim.
You said it's another attack roll?
Yeah, another attack roll. Exactly the same bonus that you just rolled.
Okay. Ooh, now I'm afraid.
+2.
8.
Great.
8 total?
Yeah, I rolled a 5 minus
Gotcha.
5 plus 8.
Gotcha. Yeah, so when you critically fail and then fail again, we go ahead and have you deal minimum damage to Waverly, who is standing in the way, an arrow just like pinging off her armor and catching her on the shoulder, but dealing minimum damage to her.
Oh no, I think a ghost pulled my bow.
What was the damage?
So it'd be 1.
It would just be 1, yeah.
Then it just
1 point of
clinks off
damage.
my shield, right? It would just clink.
No?
No?
You still take 1 point of damage? Are you talking about using the shield block reaction? Do you have that?
I do, yeah.
You can I guess you could use the shield block reaction if you wanted to. It would then deal that damage to the shield itself.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Yeah, it just goes clink.
Bing.
Sure. What's the hardness of your shield?
20.
20. Okay, great. Cool.
Now 19.
Yep. Keep
No, I
track
didn't
of
know
any
you could do
damage
that.
that gets dealt to your shield.
Yes, I will take
But cool.
very detailed notes about that, Jim Jam.
Yep. I know, right? Thea, do you have any other actions? Because you dropped your sword, so that was actually a free action technically. Then you drew and fired, but those are all just 1 actions for you. So you actually do have a third one if you'd like.
I don't want to shoot again. I'm just gonna stop.
You're just gonna stop while your head. Okay.
I can only say a ghost hit Waverly once. You know what? I'm gonna use my action to pick up my short sword.
Okay. Yeah, they pick up your short sword. Works
Cool.
for me. Go ahead and do that. That takes us to Ingot's turn.
Okay, Ingot is going to stay where he is next to the doorway to sort of use it as much cover as he can. And he still has this goop on him. So he's going to focus down in one of his actions. He's going to keep up the protective ward around everybody. And then he's going to think about like the liquid and how Thea was attacking it. And he pulls out a trusty crystal, cracks it open, and casts Ray of Frost on the one that took damage. So we'll
Alrighty,
see.
Ray of Frost away.
11 plus 8, 19
19.
to hit.
Yep, that does it for sure. Absolutely. Strikes very true.
And then it is 7 damage. And it's cold
7
damage.
7 points of cold damage. This one, part of its body just like freezes and falls off and shatters into a puddle on the ground. This thing is looking like it's weakening, but it is still like there's still just so much goop. These things are easy to hit, but incredibly tough. All right. Next up is Waverly.
Waverly is going to cast Daze upon this creature.
Okay.
So that would be a will save.
A will save, you say?
Mhm.
This is a mental effect, is it not? It'll say in the description of the spell.
It's an enchantment. Yes, mental jolt.
Yes. Okay. You try to blast this thing, seizing up its mind, and you realize there's nothing to grab onto. There's nothing to strike. Your spell just sort of fizzles against it, having no
I realized it as I said it. And so I'm going to use my next 2 actions to back away from it.
Backing away, getting away, and I believe you had
Yes.
made your save, so you don't have to worry about the.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about the penalty to your speed. So you just back up, get away, get out of there.
That's it.
All right. Next up, it's these thingies, and they are not happy with everything that is occurring around them. One of them is just going to shift forward so it can reach around. Inget, you had not moved, right?
Right.
Right. So it's just going to like step up into the space that Waverly just was occupying, so that it can reach around the doorway and try to smack you
No.
with a pseudopod. That is going to be a dirty 20.
That will hit.
So
Funnily
it
enough.
smacks you. Not only does it hurt just getting blasted by this appendage, but it leaves this like trail of burning slime against your skin as it hits.
Oh,
So you're
no.
going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage and
Okay.
3 points of acid damage.
Owie. Okay.
Then the other one is going to smack Gristle. So its first attack is gonna hit a armor class of 18.
Nope.
No, it misses. Probably pinging right off that protective ward that is coming off of old Inget.
Oh yes.
Slime covered ingot.
Slime getting it.
This
Right?
is the lizard all
Yay.
over.
I'm also slime covered.
It is going to strike again and miss. Like it's just flailing madly and misses twice more. So what it is going to do then is nothing. It's actually not going to do anything. It can't move because it doesn't have any square to go. I do want to note that Waverly, you told me that your shield has a hardness of 20. I can look up shield nonsense later, but I know for a fact it definitely doesn't have a hardness of 20 or
Oh, no,
any
it has
like
20 hit points, sorry.
nothing you told me about your shield block
Sorry.
was correct, but we'll deal with it later.
It has 20
Um,
hit points.
Okay, again, we'll figure all that out
Okay.
later. I just want in the future it will matter for shield block, but nothing you told me about your shield block was correct, and I didn't have it all pulled up mentally. So we'll figure it out at another time. But just know that that's not correct. We'll deal with it later. I don't know. Moving on though, it is Gristle's turn.
Okay, this time, now that I know how to use this stupid new sword, which is not as good as my great sword, I hate it already.
Just so you know,
Okay,
just
flame
well,
on!
before you use an action, just as a reminder from when you got the weapon, it can be used once every
Yes.
10 minutes in that fashion. So
Oh,
after
you know what? I
activating it,
Why do you remind me last Son of a bitch. Jim! Why didn't you tell me before my last turn?
because I didn't know that you had forgotten all of its properties.
I'm a normal player playing a game. How dare you, sir? I wrote down, I can show you my note, but it won't show up on the camera. It says, edged, something to light on fire plus 1d6, Question mark. That's all I have.
Not wrong.
But I already had it. Listen.
So just so you know, for now, it will act as a +1 longsword that does deal 1 extra point of fire damage normally. So it still is a good weapon, but that extra 1d6 you get by activating it, and then it does that extra 1d6 for the rest of that turn, and that ability can be used once every 10 minutes.
Got it.
So
Okay, so I roll to hit it with a normal longsword that has fire damage.
It'll deal 1 additional point of fire damage.
One addition. Okay, a +1.
Now there's one that is fairly damaged that's between you and Ingot, and there's another one that has been a little bit damaged that's standing right in front of you. Which one do you want to strike?
The one that's by Ingot.
Okay, great. So you turn, protecting your friend, slicing. Because it's between you and Ingot, it is being flanked, so it is flat-footed. So it has an even lower armor class than normal.
Oh, okay. So that's 13 plus. I guess 2 attack is still the same. So not +9, so it's 22.
Oh yeah, easily slice into it. Yeah, definitely.
And then what's the damage die for that longsword?
1d8 plus your strength
D8.
bonus, and you're still getting the bonus to damage from your strength. Then an additional 1 point from fire.
4 plus 3. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 points of damage for all that hubbubaloo.
Hey, very good. This thing is looking pretty weak, charred, frozen, smashed up. It's still on its little stubby feet, but you still have 2 actions left.
I forgot. So I will do. I guess I'll just. Can I use my I don't want to shove it because I don't want to touch it. I only have like so many things. Can I power attack it now that I've already done an action, or that all be under a penalty?
No, because so your first strike uses up 1 action, but you can then power attack for the remaining 2 actions, and if you hit, you'll deal 2d8 plus your bonus.
Okay, so the power attack doesn't count as a regular attack with a penalty.
It will. This is so since you've already attacked, this attack is at a -5.
Okay, that's what I was asking. I wasn't sure if it was considered an attack or like a special move.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever. -5. I got it. Let's move on. Oh, nat 20. Hey.
There you go.
Yeah.
You did it.
And then I hit twice with my longsword, which is a D8. So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus strength is 7, 8, 9, plus fire is 10.
10 points of damage. And as you come down on this thing with a mighty swing of your sword, burning through its mass, it just falls apart and becomes nothing more than an inert pile of foul-smelling gunk at your feet.
Oh, well that's a spicy scent. Woo-hoo. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm just trying to wipe off my slime a bit.
Well done.
Still got one more.
That one is dead, but there is one left, and it is Thee's turn. Now, Thee, if you want, now there's space for you to move up and attack, or if you still want to keep your distance, you could get an angle where your friends aren't blocking you, so it's up to you.
Nah, I want to move up and attack. I hate this thing. It's almost as bad as a floaty.
A floaty. Almost as bad as a floaty.
Right.
You step up and swing.
Yep, I'm gonna run up. It's a 22 to hit.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. 4. Hey, that's better. 9 points of damage.
All right.
Gonna take my second attack because why not? We're here.
And I believe that short swords are agile, which would allow you to use make this at a -4 instead of -5.
Exactly. Oh, that's right. You're smart. So that's an 18 then.
18 does it. That hits.
All right. Second attack. Haha. We like that. That's 10 points of damage.
Whoa. Not getting that sneak attack, but it's still just hacking away at this thing. Just chopping off parts of it. Goo flying everywhere. It's gross, but effective. And that's the important thing.
Yeah. Is it still standing?
It's still standing. This one was the least damaged one.
That's fair. Worth it. All right. Well, that's my movement. Then 2 attacks. So it's a turn.
Yeah. Ingot.
Yep, it's gonna follow suit and attack the next one in the same fashion with the Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. Now this time, because there's people in the doorway, we'll give it a +1 bonus to its armor class, but I don't think it's going to matter because its armor class is pitiful.
Okay, I got a 16 on the spell attack.
Yep, that does it.
Sweet. All right. 4. 4 bits of cold damage.
Hey, that's damage is damage.
Yeah.
All right, you freeze another chunk of this one off. It's not that solid hit as like the last one was, but it still does something. You have one action left.
I'm going to use the last action to keep the protective ward going.
Keep the bubble up. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bubble expands a little further and maintains that protection for everyone. Waverly, you backed up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're feeling a little safer. What do you do?
Waverly's gonna hold her action, but clarify that her shield has a hardness of 5, but 20 hit points.
Ah, okay. Neat.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, so holding your action, shouting to everybody, my shield's fine, everybody.
It's fine.
It's got a lot of hit points and a hardness of 5. We move on to this ooze's turn, and this ooze is going to strike once at Thee and once at Gristle. So Thee, you're up first. This one is going to strike. That is going to hit an armor class of 17.
No, my armor class is currently a 19 thanks to Ingot.
Hey.
All right, pinging off of this magical ward that is protecting everybody, quite frustratingly. It then turns its attention and tries to like batter into Gristle, and that is going to be a dirty 20.
Ah.
My AC is 20 now. Does it meet? So does it?
Yeah, a tie goes to the attacker on that one, so it
But
punches
it's
forward,
magic.
blasting into your chest, leaving a little bit of acid behind. You take 5 points of bludgeoning and 2 points of acid damage.
No.
And then this thing.
A 7.
Well, that was Gristle.
Jesus.
That was Gristle. That's
Yeah.
correct. That was
That was
Gristle. And then this thing, this one does the same thing that the other one did earlier, where it just like starts to bubble up and then explodes in a shower across the battlefield. And I need reflex saves from y'all.
Oh no.
Should have stayed in my corner.
Although,
Why? I
Waverly,
know.
how far back did you move? I think you might actually be out of the radius.
Probably moved back at least 20 feet.
Yeah, so you're okay where you are, but everybody else is still up in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20 for a total of 30.
Ooh,
Nice.
Jesus.
critical success.
25.
Success.
There we go, Gristle.
9.
Ooh.
Dang it now.
Ingot just doesn't have
Ingot.
reflexes.
Everybody else was expecting this, but
Ingot's-
somehow it still caught you off guard.
Rooted
And
in
you
place,
just get-
focusing on his spell, covered in slime.
You get blasted by this wave of foul-smelling acid. You take 4 points of acid damage.
Oh no.
And now you have a negative 20 to your move speeds until you clean off.
Great, perfect.
But that was all 3 of my actions.
Mm.
So we move on to Gristle's turn.
Wow, it's been so long. Okay, I'm gonna start with power attack.
Okay, starting with power
Let's
attack.
finish this.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a sorry, 19 to hit.
Yep.
Triple
Oh, yeah.
hits, and then it is 2d8s. That's 7 plus 8. Nice. Is 15 plus 3. That's 8. Wait, 15, 18, 19 total. Sorry, 19 total damage.
19 points
Wow.
of damage. Gristle is, let's finish this, comes down hard with this magical sword and just cleaves this thing in two. For a moment, both halves of it are just standing there, almost as if nothing had happened, and then they start to like wibble and wobble and just fall apart and splatter onto the ground,
Nice.
completely inert, no longer a threat. You've done it.
Okay,
The
first
sewer
of all,
oozers are no more.
everyone was saying that this is going to be a ghost situation. They didn't say anything about dirty slime creatures. I'm like almost ready to go back home. I am so dirty. This is out of control.
There is, like, as you look around, there is just this pile of green acid that seems to be smoking a little bit where Ingot once was. And from the inside, you think you can hear, help.
Gross. I use my sword to help kind of like dig. Get out.
It just starts scraping away the gunk.
Is anyone injured?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, Ingot. And I'll go over and do a medicine check on Ingot.
Sure.
Lots of acid damage, weirdly enough.
How do you fix that on a peanut?
She's got some balms and salves that she starts rubbing on the wounds.
Oh, you said balms. Got it.
Oh. 19
you say
points?
18?
19.
Nice.
Wow.
Was
But
that
no
was that
points.
for
No,
your medicine check?
That was
Oh.
my medicine check.
Right. So now you restore 2d8 hit points.
That would've been
That's going to take
impossible.
you guys 10 minutes. So is anybody else doing anything while they're tending? Actually, no, you have battle medicine, so you could do it quicker if you wanted to. So
Well.
it actually wouldn't take you 10 minutes.
Great.
Ingot 12.
Amazing.
Rolled 2 6s.
I am
Eee.
doing well.
I'm at a 20 out of 32, so I'm not like
Oh.
dead, but like.
I shall take 10 minutes and help you as well. Wait, I can't.
Oh.
Wait,
oh.
wait, I can, just not the same person, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yep.
not the same person. Yeah, other people, you can go around and do it to everybody, just not the same person
Yay.
twice.
That's another
Good.
18.
Hey,
Nice.
very nice.
Sure.
Oh, less this time. Just 5.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's better than nothing. Hey, question. I actually forgot about this during battle. Would my dog have been doing anything this time? Like, does the dog fight, or is
Yeah,
it just
so
do
the dog
something?
has stats and the dog can fight. You can actually take one of your actions to command the dog to do things, and then
Okay.
when you command the dog
That's what
to
I
do
figured.
something, it gets 2 actions. So you could basically use up one of your actions to give the dog 2 actions, and then the dog will do the things that you want. If it's a normal animal, you typically have to make a check to convince it to do things. However, this being a magical effect, something like it obeys your commands because you have basically magically summoned it. So
Better than a real dog. Okay, I'll just say that I didn't want my dog to get dirty with all this gross slime, so I did not want it in battle.
Fair.
That's fair.
Well,
So-
that was gross. Any more ghosts do we have to
Oh,
exercise?
that
in
was
here?
no ghost.
Oh, what? Why not? Wait, what?
Oh, it was an ooze. They tend to
That
like
seems the
dirty
same
and
bit,
very
no?
unkempt environments.
Oh, I thought it was a ghost.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Jim Jam, would it be safe to assume like these are the like tracks that I was probably seeing?
looking at the way that these things moved, and you
Yeah.
can like see they sort of leave like an actual trail of slime as they go, you're guessing that these are not the tracks that you saw. In fact, you would guess that those things hadn't moved since they were like they formed in this building, and it's unlikely that they, from whatever time they became living entities, hadn't moved.
I'll pass that on, but also that's worse.
Yeah.
I was born in the smokehouse.
That's Voldemort.
Out here 20 years ago.
So I'm not sure what we're looking for that made those tracks, but it wasn't those things. Something else.
Well,
Inge-
maybe the thing that made the tracks went home?
Could just be a wild animal, of course, but perhaps we should keep surveying the area.
Ingot's gonna peek into the area that the slime were in. Is
Sure.
there anything else in there?
Looking around, I mean, it's really gross in there. Most of there are some tools there. Once it's cleaned up, you could probably maybe someday get it into a usable thing, but then again, health code violations all over the place. Probably
Fixer upper.
just has to be bulldozed and start from scratch.
Next time on Smokehouse Hunters.
But
All right, well, we
at the very minimum, it's good that those things are no longer a concern on your new property.
Good.
were exterminating more than just ghosts today, I suppose. So I guess let's keep looking for the actual ghosts or the thing leading tracks that Thea found.
Yes. It's a good
All right.
plan.
So you still got the storage sheds and the main house. Where do you guys want to investigate next?
I feel like it would be a good plan to do the perimeter and then the main one, right? This is me asking a Xander. I don't know.
Yes.
I think that's a good call.
But the storage houses are smaller.
Okay.
Are there any windows we can look through?
There are on the main building, but it looks like they've actually been boarded up.
Dang it.
Most of them, are useless to you.
I go outside and I call Salmon to me. Salmon, come, boy.
Salmon comes bounding over.
I pick up Salmon. I put
He's
Salmon on
like
the
trying
horse.
to eat the remains of the slime creatures.
No.
You have to,
No,
keep him
no.
away from it. He
Bad
clearly
son.
wants to get at it.
No, thank you. Okay, I just put him on the horse for a second. I'm like, just stay, magical dog, stay. Don't touch anything. Okay, sorry. What were we doing? Exploring houses and things and storages and whatnot.
Yes.
All right. I don't know. Maybe if you guys go to the main house, I'll go to the storage shed. No, we shouldn't split up.
Oh no.
Are you sure? You could cover more ground that way.
Stop it.
I look at Ingot immediately after Gristle says that, and then I make a
I hate knowing that your other plan is to use me as bait.
My concern is that you get possessed and then that was you killing us.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Crystal, I do think it would be very wise of us to all stay together in this sort of situation. I know according to the rules, and Waverly pulls out her notebook.
Yes.
According to the rules, you did mention at least pairs of two.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this too loudly as to offend, but it does seem that the gentlemen are quite afraid of the spirit world and perhaps are looking to stay away from the floaties.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. Yep. All right. Okay, we stay together as a team. So what does the team all vote that we do?
Well,
These
perhaps
sheds.
those sheds over there.
Yes.
So we have 3 for sheds. 4 for sheds? 4, 3.5 for sheds. Perfect.
You're the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right. So stop making me count. It's very difficult. Let's go to the sheds.
This is a very strange democracy.
Yeah.
It's democracy.
It's like it's unanimous, but we're still not quite decided. How do
We go to the sheds.
Go to the sheds.
You make it to the sheds. You get over there. These are should be a pretty quick. Just judging from the outside, should be pretty quick. You step up to the door and throw it open. It is a large square room with dusty shelves, tarps, ropes, boxes, barrels, and tools lying about. An old storage shed through and through. There's this large tarp lying on the floor that flaps in the breeze as the door opens, except you realize after just a second that can't possibly be right because there isn't a breeze. It's moving in a strange undulating pattern as if it were sitting on water. Confusion becomes horrified realization as the first of hundreds, perhaps thousands of fat centipedes burst from beneath the tarp and rushes towards the open doorway in a frenzied swarm of legs and twitching mandibles. And now we will take a short break, coming back after a few minutes to resolve this combat.
I'm not coming back.
Everybody, we're going to take a couple of minutes. We'll be back in just a few. Stick around. We're having a good time. There's more to come. Maybe we'll even get to see the floaties. But you won't know if you leave now. So stick with us. We'll be back in a few.
Floaty
See ya.
bugs.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open.
Every story is unique.
And the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
Gather your crew and prepare to embark on the journey of a lifetime as you explore the packed worlds of the Starfinder universe, taking on the role of a science fantasy hero customized to fit your playstyle. But danger lurks amongst the stars. Will you fight back with advanced weaponry and cunning tactics? Or will your hero wield the devastating forces that fuse magic and technology together to alter reality? Your crew must come together if you have any hope of victory. In Starfinder, every decision drives the adventure as you build an epic saga with your friends. Bring your story to life in a game where the fate of the worlds rests on the answer to the most important question of all. What do you do? Begin your journey into the Starfinder universe today with the Starfinder Beginner Box, now available at Paizo.com, your local gaming store, and anywhere else adventure can be found.
Roll20 lets you build maps, drag and drop tokens, and other features that your kitchen table just can't do.
My table can't do any of those things.
No. Also, Roll20's video and voice feature let you connect with more people. So if you wanted to invite Lucas and Ariel...
Hey guys.
Hello. What's going on?
That's no problem at all.
Ready to play?
Your friends, your games, your table, Roll20.
The wrong sound is never right. Don't let the wrong sound ruin the moment at your gaming table. Sirenscape has dozens of sound sets designed by gamers for gamers that add the atmosphere you need for epic tabletop gaming. See? The right sound sounds right. Epic games need epic sound. Journey to Sirenscape.com to download the app for free. And be sure to catch Sirenscape in action on Dragons and Things every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific on Twitch.
Hey, Jack, can you hear us? Let us know. There we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I told you we'd be back. You didn't believe me for a second, but I'm a man of my word, and here we are, ready to play some more Pathfinder. So let's do that. On the break, I looked up all the stats for the shield, Katie, and I believe that you've got a steel shield, which means it has a hardness of 5 and 20 hit points. And because you have a hardness of 5 on your shield, it actually basically that hardness will absorb any damage that the shield takes. So the 1 point of damage that Thee dealt would not damage the shield at all. Your shield's fine, but just in the future, keep in mind your shield block reduces damage taken by its hardness, and then you and the shield take any damage above its hardness. So it's basically like a little 5 hit point buffer that you get there. Anyway, that's not the main focus of what we're doing here. The main focus is all these centipedes, hungry centipedes, rushing towards the open door of this storage shed. So why don't we roll initiative once more?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
24.
I rolled a 1. 24 for Gristle.
Oh no, that was Katie.
Oh, I got your voices mixed up and I wasn't
What?
looking at the tab. No! Oh, no! Gristle, what is your initiative?
24. You should know I can't do math that fast.
It was the same initiative?
It took me a long time to add it. I only figured it out just now.
Thee?
Jim, I'm tired. Stop being mean to me.
And you light your sword on fire again somehow.
Well, it has been 10 minutes, so she can do it.
Whatever, the sword's going in the garbage.
I hate the sword. Thee, what do you got?
That's a 14.
Oh, wow. That's slow for Thee.
I know, and I
so much
hate
faster.
it. Everyone else can run away from the bugs, and it's going to be me.
Ingot.
Ingot got an 8, so not everyone.
Uh-oh, Ingot. Oh,
it's just a theme for tonight. Ingot is not fast.
Well, I rolled a 1 on the die for my initiative, but I'm still going before Ingot. So
Wait,
that's where we're at.
But isn't it like a critical fail sheet, like something bad happened to you, or no?
No, that's generally not how it works. Waverly. Waverly, you are up. What do we got? What's happening?
There's thousands of them?
This is a whole swarm of little centipedes coming right at you. It's bad news. They look hungry.
I'm going to raise my shield, and I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Burning Hands!
I want to kill them with fire, all of the fire.
Yay.
Well, I will tell you, as you're burning these things away, you note that they seem to be especially affected by the area burst of damage. I'll roll a reflex save, and that is a total... Wow, I even have a good reflex, but it's only a total of 14.
That's a fail.
Fails! All right, deal full damage, and they'll take an additional 5 points of damage because of their weakness to area damage.
Ooh, okay, so that's going to be 9 on my end, and then plus 5.
14 points of fire damage as you just flamethrower these things, burning away. You see after it, there's just all these charred, curled up centipede bodies. There still is a significant chunk of swarm, but you've definitely cut down the threat.
I'm going to now back away slowly.
Back away slowly. Well, you raised your shield and then you cast a 2-action spell.
Oh,
so
you're right.
You have
You're
to
right. I
stay
can't move.
right where you are
Ooh,
so
great.
that the centipedes can get all over you in a second.
Yep. Cool.
But after that, it's Gristle.
Question: this is one of many small sheds. Is that correct, or is this one big shed?
It looks like there's at first, because there's 2 doors, but as you're looking in this room, you can see that both of these buildings are like connected. There's like a doorway, so it's really one big shed split into 2 rooms.
Hey, do we need this building? Like, is this? Hey, everyone, do you think it's necessary that we have this building in like the long term? Because we could just, again, close the store, set it on fire, walk away. No, we're gonna.
Well.
No. All right. Okay. And murder. Got it. I call my dog over. Simon.
Okay. The dog. Did you leave the dog on the horse?
Yes, Jim.
Okay.
I left the dog on the horse.
That's fine. I'm sorry. I was just making sure where the dog was. The first action the dog will do could be to run over to you.
Okay.
The dog comes bounding across the way. Is now standing next to you.
Great. Eat. Just eat it. Eat everything you can. Go nuts. Go nuts.
Eat everything.
Shadow dog.
All right, so the dog just like starts chomping down on centipedes. Go ahead and roll an attack roll for me. I've already got the stats pulled up, and I'll do all the mathy parts.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll for me on the. Tell me what you
13.
get on the die. 13. Its jaw attack is at a +6, so
Ooh.
that is going to hit an armor class 19, which is enough. He's chowing down on these guys, but I do need you. Go ahead and roll a d4.
Okay. 2.
Two. So he's chomping down. He's trying to get these things, and he deals piercing damage with his jaw. And you note that this swarm, it just doesn't seem to be super effective. He's not like he's trying to bite like a mass of bugs, and it's not working out too well. And because of their resistance to piercing, he deals you no points of damage. However, you still have 2 actions left yourself.
Fine, I'll do it myself. Game question. If I light my sword on fire and remember to do that and then hit, does it do kind of an AoE or no? Is it just...
No, it would just be a single target thing, but still, extra damage.
I light it on fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Turn on! God damn it.
Just turn on and it bursts into flame. For the remainder of the turn, it will deal an extra 1d6 points of fire damage anytime you hit.
I roll to hit a centipedo. Yikes, that's a 20, I don't know, 8?
Oh yeah.
To hit.
28 is that's real good. That is in fact a critical hit.
Yeah.
Oh, so critical hit is 2 dice plus.
Yeah, so it'll be 2d8
Mhm.
plus 1d6 plus
So 10.
3 for your strength, I think.
16, yes. 17, 18,
Or plus
19,
6 because you double that too. Sorry.
19,
22.
20, 21, 22. And then do I still get the +1 for fire damage?
No,
that's the D6.
your +1 becomes the 1d6.
Right.
So.
So that's 22.
Wow.
22 points of damage. And even I mean, I don't think there's any. I don't think I can survive that. You basically light the sword on fire and just start like slashing through, and as you're doing, the flames are just are burning away most of these bugs. By the end of it, there's just a few scattered centipedes left, and they just now scatter and are gone.
Oh, that was easy.
Swarm is destroyed.
Oh. Weird. Hey, that was weirdly easy, right?
I don't think it was that it was weirdly easy. I think that you're just good, Gristle.
You are weirdly strong.
That one.
I mean, I was ready to burn the whole shed down. I didn't really care about the shed too much.
Yeah, we heard that part.
Yes, I was looking at the door.
Just the building. I mean, you can just make buildings again.
Well, but if this does become a form of a headquarters, perhaps not having to rebuild everything would be in our best interest.
It's true. Can't make my dad's mad. All right. Well, anything else in this room besides like 1,000 centipedes?
Crispy.
Do you think this looks delicious?
Protein, right?
Nope, not protein, right? Oh God, did you just eat that?
A cooked one.
A cooked one.
Ingot's gonna nibble on one of the cooked centipedes.
Yeah.
What's the internal temperature for a centipede to be safety?
They have a thermometer. Just
He puts a meat thermometer in it first. Jeez. Yeah, I have no frame of reference to tell you how centipede tastes. So maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's crunchy.
it's
Probably
That
tastes like
much.
chicken.
yeah. Oh,
I've eaten bugs before. They just taste like dirt, kind of mealy and dirty.
needs
No big
salt.
deal, guys.
The
All
dipping
right.
sauce of some kind.
This is dumb. I would like to check the rest of this shed for stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's
For
plenty of
non-centipede related items.
there's plenty of tools in here. Lots of like rope and burlap.
Not very
and,
nice. We have
you know,
names.
It's nets. Nothing that you pick out as particularly valuable or useful in an adventuring context, unless you want some extra rope or like a net or something. But
Nope, I'm good.
okay.
Well,
Thoroughly searched.
I guess I guess the shed was a waste of time. Sorry about that, everyone.
Well, I mean, it's better that we killed those things now, because if we came in and we weren't expecting it, I would have been pissed.
I've been glad it's.
I was a little, yeah.
Ingot is glad it's not a ghost or a floaty.
Not a floaty, but a nice snack for you. So you got something positive out of this experience, I guess.
Put a couple in my pocket.
Is the dog still eating them?
Oh yeah, the dog loves them. Dog's just chowing down.
This is a delicacy
Cool.
now.
Yeah, wrong Pokemon, but here we are. All right, let us go onward to the main house, I guess. I mean, maybe that's where the floaties are. Maybe there's more bugs or slime creatures.
Indeed. It takes you a little bit to get over. You have to kind of like leave the boardwalk and walk around the front of the property because of the giant hole in the boardwalk area.
Is the
that
hole gristle shaped?
very very helpfully found and disabled so that nobody else would get hurt.
Yep.
But you find yourselves in front of the front door to this building. What do you guys do?
We've just been sort of opening them.
Yeah, listen, hey, remember last time I did that and I like died?
Yes.
Can someone who's good at this check the door for traps, please?
My pleasure. I'm gonna walk up to the door and check to see if I can find any traps on it.
What's your perception bonus?
It is 6.
6. You don't think that there's anything rigged up to the door, but you do note that there, despite the fact that like a lot of this place is very overgrown, unkempt, there are like tracks of dirt and scraped mud here, and it like you would guess that like there's passage in and out of this door.
It does not seem to be trapped, but there is definitely someone going in and out of this place. There's tracks of dirt going in and outside.
Like a squatter? Are they human tracks? What the hell?
Very definitely not boot tracks. Now that like Thee's pointing these things out, like not boot prints, some kind of claw mark, but it's a really oddly shaped one.
They don't look like claw marks that we saw when we were following kobold tracks, right?
No, these are a little bit bigger, too big for kobolds. Okay. Still not sure what, but there's something in here. And it's not floating.
Well, it's not a floaty.
Okay.
But it might be a stabby.
Oh. Well, listen, stabby or human or floaty or not, no one's living rent-free in a property that my family owns. So we're going to get in here, and it's either going to start paying rent and we're going to have to, get give the old heave ho from this plane of existence.
I'm for evictions.
Yes, we're using a lot of words to say the thing that means murder.
We're evicting it from this life.
Evict it from life?
I'm writing
This
that
life.
down.
That's more grim than just normal.
Maybe that's the thing we should have written on a signpost above the door when we renovate this place. I'm just spitballing here, but maybe we'll think of something better later.
Solicitors will be evicted from life.
From this
From
plane
life.
of existence.
I don't think that's better than just saying you're going to kill them. I think you're making it worse now.
So it should
It's more
say,
fun.
it should say just murder! Exclamation point.
Murder.
Oh.
All right.
Oh
Well,
boy.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. Open the door. All right. You are looking now into an interior that is lighted only by thin, meager bits of light coming through the boards over all the windows. The ceiling is thick with cobwebs, and you can actually see like spiders all over the place, running to and fro, waiting in their webs. All small, non-dangerous type spiders, but there's a lot of them. This place is going to need an exterminator. Paint is peeling from the walls in great chaotic patches. It is definitely a fixer-upper. The front door opens up actually into a hallway, and the corridor runs either to the left or to your right, though you can see that to the right there is sort of a larger space, and then it looks like maybe some more doors. So like there's a larger, maybe like a living room type space to your right, where there are other rooms that connect to that, or to the left there is a hallway that ends at a door. So where do you want to go?
Well, team, I don't know if we should keep voting on things that don't really seem to have much consequence, but
You just lead, Gidisa. I follow you.
I mean, that one doesn't have a scary door to check, so maybe check that open room over there, the large living space to the right.
I like it.
Good plan.
Okay, less doors is good. Here we go. We head toward the living space.
Heading towards living space. Just check in. Were there any exploration activities that you guys want to now that you're sort of entering a new space? I want to give you an opportunity to declare any extra ones. I know before you had the.
I'm gonna be
solid choices,
searching.
but you're searching, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
To kind of put a spin on this, we saw like the ooze and the centipedes and stuff like that. So I would actually like to use Ingot's occultism as like the action. So he's going to be looking around for occultism hints, and if you want to roll for it, he's got an 8 for that.
Okay. Looking around to see if there's anything related to that. All right. Gristle, anything from you?
I think I'll do investigate. I'm looking for more signs of someone of a squatter, basically.
Sure.
And I would also like to say I did bring the dog into the house with me, so smell salmon, smell.
Sure. Salmon is sniffing around, and then Waverly, anything from you?
Nope.
Nope. Just blithely walking along. Well, it is a good thing that you have been searching, Thee, because as you move to the right and begin making your way towards this larger living area, you see like a little shimmer in the air in front of you, and it catches your eye, and you look and you realize that at about chest height, there is this incredibly thin, but I mean, maybe thin's not the right word. It's almost impossible to spot. But it's like when you see a spider web in the light, but it's really big for a spider web, and it looks like it's actually rigged up into sort of a snare. You find a trap that has very clearly been set intentionally. And as you're looking at that, Ingot, you are looking around, and he points this out, and you're thinking about, you've fought spiders before, and you know how spiders think, and when he points this very specific snare set, something in your memory pings, and you know that there are creatures akin to spiders, but they're bipedal, and they're often they often live with spiders, and they speak with and sort of have relations with spiders, but they are not spiders. They're these aberrations known as web lurkers. And they specifically set snares like this to catch unwary prey. And you realize that it is very likely that the thing moving in and out of this house is a very capable, very dangerous hunter, predator, somewhere in the house.
Just like...
So Inget follows it along, and you can just see him muttering under his breath, "Web lurker."
What's that? Hey, Blingblot, what's a web lurker? Is that something good, bad, small, large, medium?
Very dangerous, bipedal, spider-like, setting traps.
Look at the door, and I take a couple steps towards it. I don't leave, but I just take a couple more steps towards it.
Well,
you do note that in order to get past this trap, you will have to disable it in some way. You caught the rope itself, but it's actually sort of a collection of webbing that needs to be removed before you would be able to move past it safely. Anybody could attempt that with a survival check or a thievery check.
I will attempt to disable it if everyone is fine with that.
Yes, please.
Inget is going to ready himself by putting up a magical shield.
Sure.
The cantrip shield. So, magical shield of force lasts until the start of the next turn, but I'm just putting it up preemptively.
Yeah, you can basically maintain it over time using with that.
Never rolling another dice in my life. That's a nat 20 for a 28. You're my
Oh,
child.
very nice. Yes.
This was a gift.
You start snipping key strands of this very thick, carefully laid webbing, and pretty soon you are pretty certain that it is no longer a threat and you can move past it safely.
Nice.
I hate this place.
So a spider man walks, so it's spider humanoid. Is that Blingblot? Is that what that is?
Something like that. Dangerous.
Okay, you said it's dangerous a couple times. Looks spooky. Sounds spooky, I guess. Is there a way to lure it into a trap? Maybe instead of facing this thing head on, we could, I don't know, put it in a room, close the door, never open that door again? And I just throwing some ideas out here.
It may not be a solution.
So murder.
Yes.
I will say that Inget, as she is mentioning this, from what you know about web lurkers, you do know that they have the ability to sense vibrations. They have tremor sense, so they know, and they feel that through webbing. So anytime a creature touches their webbing, you know that they're aware of it.
Walk without rhythm, and you won't disturb the web lurker.
What? How do you do that?
Carefully.
Is this the thing we have to roll for, Jim? Or we...
basically, if you find a big scary web and you touch it, the creature will know that you're there. So if you find a big scary web, don't touch it, and you don't have to worry about that. Or touch it knowing that you'll bring the creature, and then you can prepare, basically. But that's how it works.
That's how we call it. Okay.
Does that include disabling its web as a trap?
No, this is a separate thing. So it does not. You don't think it knows that you're here simply from that.
Okay. There was fear in my soul.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Does it look, so this room that we're in, does it look like it goes anywhere else, or you said it was just this is kind of closed off as one big space?
Yeah, well, so you disable the web lurker trap. You move into this sort of living room area, and there's there's tons of doors everywhere. It looks like most of them are open. You can see into some bedrooms. You see into like a couple of abandoned offices. There are a couple of closed doors. One of them is sort of in, just judging from the space that you're in, that one of these closed doors would go into what is probably the center of the house. And then there's another one on the northeastern corner of the building that's like a closed off room. And then of course there's the other closed door from the main entrance that you guys had not gone to. So there's a total of 3 doors that are closed at this point. Middle of the house, northeastern corner of the house, and then southwestern corner of the house.
See, with the web lurkers, is there a way to perhaps track them to see if they're in a room now?
Not sure about tracking them, but we might be able to ambush it. Because if we give it a false sense of something going into its trap, it would come here, and then we can attack it. And I pull out the centipedes. I put it in my pocket.
Yeah,
All
useful.
Yay! I love it.
You got centipedes.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to try and ambush the creature so that we have the advantage?
For once.
I love this idea. I feel like before when I was saying, "Hey, gang, let's trap it," everyone kind of poo-pooed that. But this is a great idea.
I was afraid we were going to have to try to trap a floaty. I can trap something that I can stab.
I see. Well, okay. If you can stab a giant man spider, you can probably stab a floaty. So, I mean, this is good practice to rev up to whatever that's going to be.
Bristle's the best of us. Right. So do we want to like hide in the corner, I guess?
Yeah. Like set up.
Yeah. Like ready action.
Yeah,
I guess,
so from this room, there's lots of, again, there are a lot of bedrooms or other rooms that you can actually see into. So like hiding behind a doorway would be pretty easy. Finding a good spot to hide would not be a problem here. It's just however you guys want to set that up.
Yeah, so I'm like hide behind a doorway or something. Well, I'm gonna after everyone else is taking their position, I'm gonna throw the centipedes onto like a big portion of web and then hide behind the doorway.
Okay. Everybody who is hiding, make a stealth check. Actually, yeah, I'll have you guys roll your stealth checks because you guys are just hiding and there's, yeah.
Oh boy.
I wanted to say, is there any way I could use my lore? I have lore and warfare to give people an advantage on any of this planning for attack? No, yeah.
I'll tell you what. If you want to make me a warfare lore check, I'll think of something cool.
Okay. I don't know how to use it. And,
no, I get it. Yeah,
but
this is a good way to use it. You're setting up an ambush. Give me a warfare lore check, and
it's just
I'll
a 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I will give everybody. One action that you can take before that when you spot the creature, but before initiative is rolled.
Nice.
Yay. Thanks, Jim. Okay.
Thanks, Gristle.
Ooh. I rolled real bad and stuff. So it might not matter. I have a 3 on stealth.
Nice. I feel like you like tried to hide behind a doorway, but your armor is poking out and you can't you can't squeeze in.
You just see like this sticking out of a door like
anybody else? Hiding?
22 for stealth.
22.
Nice.
All right.
A 16.
16. And then Waverly? 15. Okay.
Not bad.
You guys all take your positions. Gristle gives you the rundown on how to run a proper ambush. And then you throw some centipedes at some webbing. You wait for just a few seconds when at the far end of the house, that door that you left behind down that left hallway, you actually hear it burst open and you can hear this fast approaching, like running footsteps. And then you see this purple skinned creature 2 arms, 2 legs, but it has this mandibles on its face and multi eyes on its head, just like a spider would. And both of its arms are tipped in these long scythe-like claws that almost almost like runs on them with its legs as it bursts forward. And you see it, and you all get 1 action before we roll initiative.
I hate it so much.
Let's go back to burning the whole place down.
Right?
Yeah. Just light this place on fire. Start over.
My dad's be mad at me.
I'm gonna throw my +1 dagger at it.
All right, hey, that works for me. Dagger comes up and flick it outward. Go ahead and roll an attack.
This place. Oh, well, there goes my magic D20.
No! We need it.
A curse upon ye.
Basically. That's a 24 to hit.
24 is a hit. Not a critical hit. Even flat-footed, that's not a critical hit, but it is a hit. And because it's flat-footed, don't forget your sneak attack damage.
That's right. Okay. And throwing does not get a damage bonus, correct?
It gets your strength bonus, actually.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. So that is 9 points of damage.
All right. Dagger comes flying out from the doorway, catches this thing right in its big bulbous belly. It shrieks in pain. Anybody else taking one of their extra actions?
Yeah.
Go
Burning
for it.
Hands. I'm all
That's a 2-action spell.
Dang it! Just kidding. I'm gonna raise my shield instead.
All right, you raise your shield. That's a good action. Ingot, anything from you?
Ingot is also gonna raise his magical shield.
Raises magical shield. Prepping for impact is always wise. Gristle Vanderript Jr.
I wish I had a shield, but I don't, because I do a 2-hand weapon. I call Salmon. Salmon, get him.
Okay. Then on your action, you won't have to use that action on your turn. We will now roll initiative and start combat proper, as this creature is very aware that there's a problem.
Yay.
And it's time to retaliate.
11.
Also 11.
Also 11.
17.
Why?
Hive minds.
Lucky number.
Did you say 17?
Yes.
All right, the
one capable brain cell.
It's like, what is happening?
This creature is, you guys get the jump on it, but it is shockingly, frighteningly fast. And it reacts almost instantly and launches itself. Actually, instead of launching itself, it launches a sticky mass of webbing right at where that dagger came from.
So valid.
Trying to splat Thee. And against your AC, that is going to be a dirty 20.
Oof.
That'll hit.
All right, this is a familiar sensation as you are immobilized in a mass of gross, nasty webbing. It just gets you. You can't move, but you're otherwise unaffected. So it's not going to give you any kind of penalty. You just can't move from where you are. But that's
bad.
fine as far as he's concerned, because he is just going to rush up right next to you and try to bite you. This does count as his second attack for the round, so it probably won't get you, but I don't know. There's always a chance. Comes in as you're immobilized and hits an armor class 25.
Yes.
Lunges forward and fangs rip into your shoulder. You are going to take 8 points of piercing damage. And it just leaves its mandibles, it leaves the fangs in the wound for a moment. And I need you to make a fortitude save.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, I'm not great at these. Say 15.
15. As it pulls back, you see this blue strand of venom from the wound to its mouth, and you suddenly feel it taking effect. You take 3 points of poison damage, and you, my friend, are flat-footed. But that was all 3 of its actions.
How dare he?
How dare he indeed.
Yikes.
All 3 of his actions have been used up, and it is now your turn to respond, Thee. For the purposes of multi-attack penalties,
yes.
This will count as a new round. I won't count the ambush against your first round, so
Perfect.
This is as if you were attacking anew if you choose to attack.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to make my attack with my short sword.
All right.
That is 21 to hit.
21 does it.
All right, for 9 points of slashing damage.
9 points, cutting across, instinctively trying
piercing, I
to
guess.
get this
Short
creature away from you.
All
right.
And I'm gonna take a second attack.
Sure.
Wait, did you already have it drawn?
No.
Your short
Quick
sword?
draw.
Quick draw.
Oh, that's right. So jealous
One
of
of
your
the
quick draw.
best things I could have asked for.
Yeah, it's a real good feat.
That is 14 to hit.
14 is a miss, so your second attack a little slower. The creature raises up one of its scythe-like claws and it just clang parries. You note that it actually seems to have quite a bit of intelligence and skill in what it's doing. This is no mindless beast.
Uh-oh.
Am I able to use an action to try to break out of the sticky goo?
You absolutely can. You would be making an acrobatics check.
All right, let's do that. Let's use that for my third action.
Alrighty.
That is 23.
23, you do manage to slip out of the webbing. You are still where you started, but you are no longer immobilized and can move as normal.
Awesome.
My fee.
Excellent.
I hate this place. Burn it down, but it's all down.
Burn it all down. As you guys are standing there thinking, this is bad, but then Thee gets out and you're like, this is good. We're going to surround this thing. We're going to swarm it and take it down. And then you all hear the sound of, it sounds like 1,000 footsteps, all moving incredibly fast. Not through the floor, but it sounds like it's coming from up above. Oh, no. And you realize as you look down the hallway, you see 2 massive, dog-sized spiders running along the ceiling. They use all 3 of their actions to get into the room. But the fight has been joined by 2 large spider allies, complicating things significantly. But that is all they can do. They can only get into the fray this round, and it is Gristle's turn.
So since I told Doggy to attack earlier, it's just gonna do that after my turn.
Yeah, the doggy has to move. He has to run up and then take a bite. So go ahead and roll a d6 or a d20 for me.
D20. Okay, that is a 13.
A 13 is a miss. The doggy runs up. Maybe. Yeah. Oh wait, no, you're right. Sorry. I forgot that I was adding your bonus. But yes, a 19 will hit, so that will do it. Go ahead and roll d4 piercing damage.
Yay! 3
points of damage plus 1 for its strength bonus. So it rushes in and bites this thing in the ankle, tries to gnaw at it, but it had to move up and then it attacked. So that is its 2 actions. Now we're on to your 3 actions. What do you do, Gristle?
All right. I run up to. Are the small spiders closer to me, or the large main spider closer to me?
They're all pretty much equidistant from you. The only issue is that the 2 spiders are actually running on the ceiling. Now you can reach them with your greatsword, but because of the angle, I would say that you'll take a little penalty to your attack rolls against the spiders that are still on the ceiling.
Since I'm holding my longsword, is it longer?
Oh, that's right. You've got the long sword.
Can it reach?
Your great sword is much longer than your long sword.
So is it? That's so confusing. Why would you name it differently?
Yeah, I would say that with your long sword, you probably wouldn't be able to attack the ones that are still on the ceiling.
Has it been 10 minutes?
No.
I hate everything about this. To switch a weapon, is that 1 action or is that 2 actions?
It depends on how you want to do it. If you just want to drop the sword you're holding, then it's a free action to drop the sword. If you want to put the sword away, that's 1 action.
I drop it on the ground. I hate it. Okay, give me a great sword.
You drop the sword, you draw your great sword, so now you've only used 1 action total.
Yes. And now I have 2 left. So I will... And the one that's on the ground, is that close enough to me to attack, or do I need to move to it?
That looks like that's the web lurker. That one you would have to move up to, but you definitely could do that. And then you would be able to flank with Thee, which would be beneficial for both of you. So you definitely...
I do that thing.
Yeah.
And then I
You
do
rush
one
up
regular
behind
attack.
this web lurker and come in. It is flat-footed because you are flanking now with Thee. And that'll give Thee that sweet, sweet sneak attack bonus on his turn, too.
Listen, what if I told you for my attack, I rolled a 1?
What if I told you? What if we lived in a world? Well, I would say that you definitely missed. You come swinging down at this thing. It's so fast. You didn't expect this thing to be able to move so quickly because it's so big, and it just easily ducks aside. Your sword comes down, buries the blade in the floorboards. Your dads are definitely going to be pissed about that. But then you rip the sword up. Chunks of wood go spraying everywhere. That is the end of your turn.
Sure, glad I took all that energy to get the new sword out, but
it is now Waverly's turn.
get 'em.
2 spiders on the ceiling. How close together are they?
Pretty close together. If you are you asking me if you could get both of them in a cone?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of these flaming burning hands do you get a day? That's a lot of burning hands.
Nice.
Get 3. So this would be my last burning hands.
Yikes. All right, go ahead. Burn away. You can get both of them, I would say, in a cone.
You go ahead and basic reflex away.
I will use a basic reflex save. One of them is a dirty 20. The other one is a 16. Not sure if that'll do it.
Where is it? Meets.
So meeting is a success.
Yes. So here you go. That's going to be 9 points of damage.
Nice.
All right, so they both take half. But that's still significant. 5 points is good. All right, they both start to burn. They like flatten themselves against the ceiling. Some of the flames don't quite catch them, but they still get singed.
And then I would like to use my last action to seek some sort of cover. I'd like to kind of hide.
You want to hide? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Make another stealth check.
Okay. That's a 3.
A 3. So you like try to hide by like throwing yourself backwards, and you like knock into an old dresser, and then some old stuff like falls, and there's this big clang, and the spider, like, they know where you are for sure. But you tried, and that's the important thing. Ingot, it is your turn.
Yeah, I will say that this is just for flavor, but because Waverly made a commotion afterwards. But as Waverly is casting Burning Hands, Ingot just looks up at her and sidles up next to her, much like the Care Bears, and pulls out a ruby stone and also casts Burning Hands at these two spiders.
Dang.
So I'd like you to make
Burning
2
Hands
reflex
friends.
saves. Yeah, so I like to think they combine into like a bright blue flame.
Yeah, with our powers combined.
Yeah.
One of them has a 19. The other one only has a 14.
Oh, nice. That's not going to do it. So it'll take full damage.
Full damage and half damage. Yikes.
5 and 5, 10 damage.
All right. One of them burns to a crisp, falls off the ceiling, its legs all curled up as it just smolders and the flames sputter around it. It dead. The other one is still alive but badly burned and does not look like it'll be contributing much to this fight.
And then with the last action, raising up the magical shield.
All right, magical shield active and ready. It is now the top of the next round, and it is the web lurker's turn. The web lurker, surrounded, does not like that, is actually going to take a step so that it is no longer between Thee and Gristle. But he's not going to move enough to trigger any reactions. He's just going to step. And he's going
Guys, you know the rules.
claw at Gristle. Doesn't like Gristle. Next to it is going to claw her. Takes one of these huge like needle scythes and just tries to stab her through the head with it.
Whoa.
That's only going to hit an armor class of 13, though. Thrown off. Didn't like.
My head is very hard.
Clangs off the armor. Not good at all. Then it's going to try to bite her. And that is going to hit an armor class 18. Don't know if it's going to do it.
I have a 19. Does not hit.
So it tries to bite, just clanging off the armor. It's skilled, but it just can't defeat the shell of its opponent. It attacks twice. That's all it can do. So we move to Thee's turn. Now, Thee, it has stepped out of the doorway, so you're not flanking anymore. But you are able to move because you managed to wiggle out of the webbing. So
I'm going to move into a flanking position for this moment. Yep.
It does not have, unfortunately, any reactions I can use.
Unfortunately.
Get ya?
Yeah.
So you get around it safely.
Shame. And then I'm going to use my short sword and swing at this creature.
Alrighty.
Yeah, even better. Okay. That's a 26.
Yeah.
Is it? Yes, 26.
Oh, yeah, you got him.
All right. So that's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, stabbing it in the back. Surrounded on all sides. It seems to be unable to focus its attention on just one opponent, giving it a little bit of a disadvantage. It's starting to bleed this weird bluish liquid everywhere. You do have one action left, Thee.
Take a second attack.
Yeah.
Sure.
Proficient. That's a 19.
19 is, that does it, especially because it's flat-footed.
Fantastic. So that's 10 points of damage. That's a little more.
This thing is starting to slow down. It was hoping for an easy meal, and it does not look like it's going to even be able to survive for much longer. However, at the end of your turn, Thee.
Yep.
I need you to make a fortitude save.
Worth it. It's fine. I'm strong, like bull.
Yeah.
I lied. That's a 9.
Out of my big mouth.
A 9 is a failure.
Oh no.
You move from stage 1 of this venom to stage 2.
What? There's stages?
What does that mean?
There's stages of the venom. So some afflictions, like some poisons, diseases, other various afflictions have stages where the more you fail, you move down a track into worse and worse stages. Now, when you succeed on a save, now that you're at stage 2, if you succeed on a save, instead of being cured of the poison, you would move to stage 1 of the poison. Then you have to move from stage 1 to cured. So basically, the further down this stage track you go, the worse it gets. I will say at stage 2, things are a little worse for you. You take 4 points of poison damage.
Okay.
You are still flat-footed, and you are slowed 1. When you are slowed, every round, instead of getting 3 actions, you must subtract your slowed value from the number of actions you get to take. So you only get to take 2 actions around now. As your reactions slow, the world starts to spin around you.
For a character that sucks, but mechanically that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like the designer and character are having conflicting moments right now.
That was the end of your turn. It is now the one living spider's turn. He's upset. He doesn't like all these burning hands. He did notice a lot of activity over around Waverly, so he is going to rush forward, drop right down on her.
Oh no!
And make a bite attack. Waverly, that's going to hit an armor class 18.
That is my AC.
Ooh.
I mean DC. I mean, wait, hang on. Oh my
You're
gosh,
right.
why am I so all over the place? Did Ingot do his thing?
He did not do his thing.
Oh, okay, then that's a hit.
All right. Did you have your shield raised?
Yes, but it's still a hit.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is you could use your reaction to do a shield block the right way, like we figured out how to do, if you want to.
Yes, I will do that.
All right. So you raise your shield up and just clang. The fangs come in. You're going to take The total damage is 7 piercing. Now you have a hardness of 5, so you're going to shave 5 right off the top. You and your shield will take 2 points of damage. So now instead of having 20 points of damage, you have 18 points of damage on your shield. You take 2, and you will have to make a fortitude save.
Ooh, 9.
9 is a failure. You move into stage 1 of hunting spider venom, which is going to deal some poison damage. You take 5 points of poison damage, and you are also flat-footed, making your armor class 2 lower than normal. Bad news all around. Oh no, it's getting nasty in here. Gristle, what do you do?
Hi, yes. So the one that's left is the one on the ground or the one on the
There's a
ceiling?
spider that is attacking
Ground.
Waverly. It is you've actually fought something very similar before. Then there's this web lurker creature, which is still up as well. And that is right next to you already. You and Thea are actively fighting it.
Okay, I got confused. We said there's only one spider left, but I guess we're calling a Spider-Man something different. Web lurker, got it.
Yep.
I want to, since it's right next to me, I'm gonna do a regular attack, and then if that succeeds, I would like to do my brutish shove. But if I shove this thing into like a wall or something, does that give it some sort of condition of like pinned down or something like that? Not now. Yes,
Not generally. You can move it. You can shove it away from you, but it doesn't. You're not going to be able to really apply any additional type of thing. If there was like a pit, you could shove it into a pit or something like that. But just against the wall isn't going to.
What if I brutish shove him just over and he fall over?
No, he won't fall prone.
How do you know?
You can only move him.
Fine. I'll just be normal then. I'm going to then in that case, I'm going to start with power attack.
Okay.
F this. Let's go. All right. That is 14 plus 9. So that's a lot. It's 23 to hit.
23 is a definitive hit.
And I'm back to my greatsword, so that's a D12.
Oh yes.
That's fine. So I get 2. So it's 7 plus 8. It's 15 plus strength is what did I say? Sorry, 16, 17, 18, 19 total 4 damage.
19 points of damage. You just bury the length of your blade into this creature's back. It bursts out the other side. As it does, some of its blood like explodes onto Thea. It's really gross. But as you retract the blade, the creature just falls to the ground in a heap. It is dead.
Yeah.
You have 1 action left.
I tell the dog to go bite the spider that's attacking Waverly.
You make the dog go and bite. The dog goes, and then the dog bites. Roll an attack for the dog.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. That's 12, and it gets a plus 6, right? So that's 6, 8.
18 is a hit.
Yeah.
And then 1d4. That's 4 total for its injury.
4 points of damage. The spider, the dog like rips at one of its legs, almost ripping the limb clean off. The spider is still alive, but only barely. As we move on to Waverly's turn.
I would like to retreat from this thing.
Get out of there. All right, so you move away. How far away do you want to move?
Away.
Away, yes. Well, do you want to spend 1 action or 2 actions or 3 actions moving away from it?
I want to spend 2 actions moving away from him.
All right. And do you want to move towards the front door of the house, or do you want to move like deeper into the building that you haven't explored yet?
No, never.
No, you don't want to go deeper in where you haven't seen? Maybe find an exciting new room to be in? All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna back up.
Sure. So you rush. You are now basically, if you go all the way back out to the front door of the building, you won't have a line of sight to your friends, but you'll be away.
Who's the most injured once I look around at everybody?
Difficult to say. Do you want to spend an action making like a medicine check?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
That's a 17.
17. You can see that Thea is not like he's like stumbling around. He doesn't appear to be like badly physically injured, but he's like, and well, you're feeling sluggish yourself, and you saw him get bit, so you know what's going on there.
I then will use 2 actions to move toward Thee, and 1 action to cast Heal on Thee.
Okay. Well, so you used 1 action to sort of do an assessment.
Oh, okay.
You can get to Thee with 1 action though.
Fine.
So if you're not running full out though, you can get to Thee with just 1 action. He's closer than the front door.
Okay.
So you get to Thee, and then you want to do what as your 3rd action?
Heal, but as a single action, so it's a touch.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can absolutely do that with your turn. No problem at all.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll to heal.
I'm useless. It's a 1.
Oh no.
Doesn't anyone have antidote, or we got holy water for like no reason, didn't we? Huh.
Well, no. Ingot has 4 things of antidote.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Beverly.
We'll fix you up.
Ingot.
So as Waverly's backing away from this thing, Ingot has a flash of the 2 of them back in that like elemental shrine. And as she's leaving and it's sort of chasing after her, Ingot rushes forward, and you can see that there's rocks forming on his fist and on his arm, and he just runs forward and slugs this thing with the boon of rock that he got.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. You didn't use it yet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. So 14 plus 2, 16.
16.
Oh, I add my, for a hit, would I just add my strength?
So it'll be 1d4. You would is unarmed attack listed on your sheet?
It is not.
Okay. Just deal 1d4 points of damage, and then add your strength modifier, and then add 2.
Got it. Okay. So 5 points total.
5 points of damage. You punch this thing. Your fist actually like forms the shell of granite as your fist goes forward, and you unleash the elemental boon that you've been holding all this time, and you punch into this creature's thorax, and it's gross because there's just goo beneath its carapace. But as you retract the fist and you're like holding some organ, and you just imagine it's its heart, you don't even know. Who knows? It doesn't matter because it's cool. You throw it to the ground, and the creature just splays out before you, dead, twitching a few times, but clearly not getting up to fight anymore. The battle is over.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're going to stay in initiative order because Thea is not doing well. Ingot, you do have 2 actions, or you used 1 action to activate boon, 1 action to attack. You have 1 action left.
So in this like celebratory moment, he's just like covered in this goo, but it's finally good goo this time.
It's good goo.
He turns around and just sees the look on Thee's face and rushes over towards them.
All right, you move over to Thea. Everybody is like surrounding Thea, knowing that he's in deep, deep trouble. Thea, it is your turn. You do have 3 actions. If you have something, there's no immediate danger. If you have something that you know can help you with poison, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just wait for your friends to help you, but you'll need to roll a fortitude save as your turn ends.
At least I'm going to take one of the healing potions that I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so that I don't die.
Yes, not dying is great.
And the lesser healing potions were they a D8?
1d8. Yep.
1d8. Cool. I will take 6. 6 is good.
All right.
So now I have double what I had.
All right. So you're going to see if you could just like power through this venom by healing yourself faster than it can kill you. At the end of your turn, I do need you to make a fortitude save.
You got it. Okay. That's better. That's a 17.
17. Unfortunately, that's still a failure. Now there isn't anything worse than stage 2. So you suffer the effects of the poison. So you'll take poison damage. You'll take 1 point of poison damage this round. You're still flat-footed and you're still slowed, but you're only at stage 2. So effectively, you need to pass 2 saves to get out of this.
Got it.
After that,
and look at Bingbot, Beverly, Whistle.
Whistle, it is your turn. Do you have anything that you can do to help Thee?
No. Well, I was told there was going to be floaties and holy water was going to help. I don't have anything on my. I've got fire. Thea, are you hungry? Should I roast this one up as well? Okay. I would like to. I mean, I can't do anything, right? Just like I can't even do a medicine check, so I don't have a picket. Oh, yeah. I take Thea's medicine kit out of his bag and
Whoa.
Sure. Are you trained in medicine?
I am. I have a +4.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you grab Thee's medicine kit, and you can make an attempt. Yeah, basically, you'll make a check against the DC of the poison, a medicine check, and if you succeed, you will give him a bonus to his fortitude.
What do I have to hit?
The DC, well, you don't know the DC of the poison, but
okay, well, I got a 10.
A 10. Nope. You grab his kit and you're like, I'll help you, and then you're just like looking through the tools and you're like, which one? I don't know if this is gonna work, and I don't know what to do, and then time passes and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I like wrap a bandage around his head, like maybe he's just really cold around his forehead.
Maybe. Waverly, what have you got for us?
I'm going to heal all of us.
Oh, doing a burst heal.
Burst heal and pray we get 10 points back. Where's my D10? There we go. Oh, okay, 9. Almost to 10, but we get 9.
Everybody is healed for 9 hit points. Very good. Very useful. And that was the 3-action version, so we move to Ingot next.
And now Ingot has been rustling through his pouch and takes out one of the antidotes and just starts putting it down Thee's throat.
Right. So you administer some antidote that is going to give you, Thee, an additional +2 bonus to your saves.
You can
for
feel
6 hours, so pretty much the rest of your life.
There's like a tug at your tunic and armor and stuff to make you shorter so that I can reach your mouth.
It is now that time, Thee. Is there anything that you would like to do before you make your save?
No.
Okay, then go ahead and roll a fortitude save again. Don't forget that +2 bonus from the antidote.
+2 is a 19.
Yeah, 19 is a success. You move from stage 2 to stage 1 of the poison. Now, you still suffer the effects of stage 1 of the poison, but you are at least feeling a little bit better. You take 2 points of poison damage, and you're flat-footed but no longer slowed.
Damn.
Yes.
Was I supposed to also do a fortitude save at the end of my turn?
No, you're the venom that you are under the effects of. It affects you for 1 round and then it's over.
Cool.
This one is a different circumstance.
Got it.
More powerful. Got it.
Yes, this thing was much nastier than its little spider friends. Gristle, do you want to make another medicine check to attempt to help it?
Yeah, let's burn through these medicine packs.
Do
let's do it. Ooh, that's an 18.
18. Treating poison. That's still a failure. Unfortunately, this is.
Why Gristle even try?
This is no simple poison.
Okay. I'm just throwing like holy water in his face, like this one.
This one.
After Gristle, Waverly, do you have anything that you would like to try?
Say me?
Yep.
Oh,
I sure
okay.
did.
No.
You can also, if you have healer's tools, you can also attempt to treat poison on him as well.
Is that different than healing, I guess? Because I already used my medicine check on him.
Yes, so treating wounds and
use them
treating
either.
poison are different.
Okay.
And actually, yeah, Thea is actually not been under the effects of either. So yes, you are still able, you still have all those tools in your basket.
Great. That's going to be a 27.
Nice.
Which were you treating poison or treating wounds?
Poison.
Okay, good, cool. That is a success. That's going to give Thea an additional +2 bonus to his next save against this poison. So you are treating him. He is going to get a total of +4 on this next one. Hopefully he makes it, because that would be the last one he needs to make. Ingot, do you have anything else you would like to do?
Well, I do have another lesser antidote, but they don't stack, right?
They do not. They provide an item bonus. So a lot of times, specific things will have a typed bonus. In this case, it's an item bonus, and you can't stack bonuses of the same type. So the bonus that Waverly is giving is a different type of bonus, so that does stack with the item bonus, with an item bonus, though. So.
Okay. Nope. Ingot is just going to focus on getting this liquid into Thee.
Gotcha. Thee, it's that time.
Ooh, that's good. That's a 27 total.
Yes.
27. We'll move you from stage 1 to stage none.
Okay.
You have purged the poison from your system, and you are okay.
I wish it had been a floaty.
We all thought it was going to be a floaty.
Nothing is ever what it seems in Otari.
So just so you all know, when you're poisoned like that too, let's say Thee had just failed again and again and again. A lot of poisons and afflictions will have a maximum duration where after a specific amount of time, it'll just end anyway. So just remember that if you do get poisoned and you can't seem to beat it, it's not always an automatic death sentence. At some point, it will just stop. If you can survive that long.
Yeah, it would have kept damaging me at least.
Yeah.
Yes, until it reached its maximum duration. In this instance, that duration was 10 rounds. So it was a nasty poison, but theoretically, you could have just kept healing him over and over, hoping to beat the poison.
Oh my gosh.
We did it, team.
Yeah.
We beat this disease.
This place sucks.
But it is ours now.
Certainly there's less vermin than there were when we got here, so that's something.
True.
And we can start looking around to see, like, because there was that initial trap, but does it seem like, the web lurker was, like, living here type of thing?
Yeah, was it getting, like, mail sent there?
Yeah, does it have its
set up?
account switch?
Netflix?
Too many
I
spider
would
babies.
say that because you had a pretty good occultism check to sort of identify this web lurker and its lair earlier, so I'll roll it over from there and say that this was definitely its lair. It was living here. It is very likely responsible for the just sheer number of spiders that are around. They tend to live around spiders quite frequently and commune with them. But you also know that they're fairly solitary amongst their own kind. So unless this one had a mate, it's likely that there aren't any more around, which is good.
Ingot sort of looks over the corpse of the web lurker and says, "This one is alone."
Well, he certainly didn't seem too lovable to me,
Please,
so...
Jerk.
Sure.
Blech.
Are we all okay? I mean, we all got pretty messed up by those spider guy and small
does
spiders.
anyone else need more healing?
Actually, I feel good.
Ingot feels fine.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm proud of our team for being very, at least, I don't know, we're pretty hardy, despite all things.
Yeah.
I didn't do too hot
And the
beginning there,
team has
but
not burned down a building yet.
I know, and that was my first suggestion. I made that suggestion twice, maybe 3 times. I don't remember anymore.
Still a possibility.
True.
Yeah, that's true. We have to figure out the rest of this house first. And hopefully that was the last of it, maybe? I don't know.
I hope so.
I guess pick a room, kids.
You have 2 closed doors to go through. You know that the door that you had ignored at the beginning of the house, obviously that's where the web lurker actually came from. But there are 2 closed doors nearby.
Caution is advised, but this one, and he just points to the one on the right.
Sure.
Yes.
Let's do it.
That's
Probably
my
a cat back
I'm
there.
sorry. The door is shut, and that is unacceptable.
All right. You go up to the door, open it into what looks to be a large, now dilapidated office. Soggy, bloated ledgers sit on a broken desk, and there is actually a safe near the far wall of this room. But no creatures, nothing dangerous that you can see.
I would read the ledgers.
Of course.
You go up to the ledgers, start leafing through them. I mean, they're mostly waterlogged, damaged. Very little is readable here. What you do piece together, I mean, they were running a fishery. It looks like some old account balances, most of which is smudged out and destroyed.
Safe. Let's see if it's locked. I try to see if the safe is open. Me, yes.
It is locked.
Okay, well, guess we'll never know.
No one can get through safes around here, so guess it's locked forever.
Gonna pop up behind Gristle. Gristle, if I may do the honors.
Oh, sure. Didn't want to put you out, buddy. I know you were chugging pretty hard back there, so go if you want to, go ahead. But it's, again, optional. I do not expect you to open every single safe and check every single door.
Oh, no, I gladly will. The chance to potentially take things that were locked makes me very happy.
Okie doke.
That's a 18.
18. You start working at the lock with your thieves' tools. And after about a minute of clicking and clacking, the door pops just a little bit. And
Stupid Spider-Man.
Swing it open. When you do, you see a couple of things, some of which are very familiar. There are a couple of bottles looking almost identical, though a little dusty, to what Ingot gave you while you were poisoned. There are 4 lesser antidotes here.
Oh, excellent.
There are also 2 healing potions, very identical to the ones that you have in your possession. But then there are 2 more that have like a little like a special mark on this wax seal stopper. These are you've been carrying minor healing potions. These are 2 lesser healing potions, and lesser healing potions are a step above, and they will give you 2d8 plus 5 hit points when you drink them. So
I'm gonna put all the potions on top.
There is also a very fine set of expanded healer's tools. Expanded healer's tools can be used in every way that regular healer's tools can, but they give you a +1 bonus when used to treat wounds, stabilize, or stop bleeding.
Oh, Waverly.
How wonderful!
I found you something.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. I'm gonna take one of the minor healing potions to replace the one that I used.
Yep.
Gristle, Ingot, I feel like you two might need something among these as well.
Ingot still carries antidote, but perhaps everyone should have at least one.
Would it be all right if I carried the lesser healing potion?
There's 2, right? Or is it just 1?
Yep, there are 2 of them, yeah.
2 of them.
Both of them.
Interesting.
I would say if we give one to Gristle, then you would not have to at least run over to Gristle.
Okay.
That's true. I do get beat up quite often. Not my fault. Okay, so I take 1 antidote and 1 lesser healing?
Yes, which is the 2d8 plus.
Take 1 antidote.
Ingot still has 2 antidotes, and there were 4 total. So Waverly can have 1, and then Ingot will take 1 too.
Ooh. Yay.
We still have 1 minor healing potion left. Take it.
I am a pharmacy over here.
Yes.
Come get your healing. You want healing? Gotcha.
I was gonna say we found the bar cart in the.
Yeah.
This also scares me though, because now we have things that help us.
And always before a boss, they give you a bunch of healing items.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a big glowing save crystal right outside the last door.
All right, well, I think this room is disgusting and dirty, and on to the next one. Come, Salmon. I call the dog to keep following me.
Salmon trots along behind you. You see he's got like a half chewed up spider leg that he's carrying around at this point. He doesn't seem to be wanting to eat it. He just wants to carry it around. And occasionally when he tries to go through a doorway, like it gets stuck, so he has to like shift and figure out how to nudge through. But he refuses to let anybody touch this spider leg or like help him in any way.
This is very familiar.
You make your way over to the final door. The only closed door in the entire place. What do you do?
I'm gonna check it for traps.
Sure are.
The way he prefaced that.
What's that perception bonus again?
6.
Totally regular door. Completely safe. No need to worry about it.
I feel safe, but I also don't feel safe. Can I hear anything on the other side of the door?
No. There doesn't appear to be any sound coming through.
I'm gonna hold my holy water.
Okay.
I kick open the door.
I raise my shield.
The door bursts open, and as it does, there is a gust of chill air.
No.
You find yourselves looking into an old bedroom.
Oh.
The light in here has an eerie bluish tint. A wooden bed frame holds a lumpy, broken mattress and a moth-eaten blanket. As you're standing there, the bluish light streaming in through the boarded window seems to gather into a single humanoid shape.
No.
As its form gains detail, a floaty figure in simple peasant's clothing, dripping with water that forms a fetid puddle on the buckled floorboards. The ghastly figure raises an accusatory finger at you and lets out a howl that shakes your soul, full of agony, despair, and the cold weight of death. The camp is haunted, and the blue ghost has come for you. And we will pick it up next time. We've reached the end of our time here tonight, friends. That's right. You found the floaty.
Right at the end.
I can't believe I was right about bringing holy water.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I'm
a
glad I
ruse.
grabbed it.
An elaborate ruse.
It was haunted and a lair for horrible spider creatures.
Porque no los dos.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we'll find that cat one day too. Maybe that's a ghost cat.
There's a ghost cat somewhere in here.
Don't worry,
That's
guys. All
it.
we have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Go ahead. Do your thing.
I was gonna say. All I was gonna say was, we have to just finish his business here on this earth. So whatever it is, his grocery shopping, find his lost love, and then we're good. Yeah, then
Busted
we're done.
makes me
Dunzo.
feel good.
Hey, that it does. That's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and thanks to Paizo for hosting us this evening. If you like what we do, you can play some Pathfinder yourself at home. If you're new to the system or introducing new players to it, I highly recommend the Pathfinder Beginner Box, out now on Paizo.com. And once you blaze through that, make sure that you follow up with the adventure Troubles in Otari, which we are playing right now. We're actually going to take the next week off for the holidays, so there's not going to be an episode on the 23rd. However, we will be right back at it on December 30th for episode 6. If you would like to see some more actual play content, check out the DAT Network on Twitch. We've got a few season finales playing out through this week, and of course, our back catalog of content is available on demand on twitch.com/the DAT Network. That's the DAT Network. Before we go, I'd like to give actually the rest of you guys a chance to plug content as well. I know that you guys are all over the internet. You've got a lot of awesome content and streams that you all do. So please let us all know where we can watch you guys playing stuff.
Who first? Me? I'll go first.
Katie.
Oh,
you,
Katie.
Xander.
So you can find me on Twitter at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. That's my main hub. I also stream from my own channel on Twitch with the same name. All of my streams are sort of taking a break next week for the holidays as well, but I regularly do a Star Trek campaign over on Q Times. I do a Dungeons and Dragons campaign over on Failed Save. I'm here doing Pathfinder, and I play video games on my own channel too, so I'm always doing something.
Katie, go.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Katie. You can catch me streaming weekdays, every single weekday at noon Pacific time on Legend of Katie on YouTube. I play a lot of video games. Or you can catch me on the DAT Network on Twitch Saturdays playing some Starfinder. And our finale is this Saturday. And our GM's definitely going to kill us all. So come watch. But really, he's going to kill us all, so please. No, I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Gabe James Games on Twitch, Twitter, pretty much anywhere else. Much like Xander streams, most of my streams are taking a break, but I generally stream on the Roll20 channel, Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, a talk show about just being more comfortable GMing and telling stories.
Hi, I'm Michelle and Bradley. This is Reindeer Edition. You can find me everywhere on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny. I am also on Hunters Entertainment's Twitch channel on Tuesday evenings. I think we are doing a show next week, and everything else is taking time off. I'm also on the YouTube channel Total Nerd. We release episodes every day, but my episodes come out on Friday. This Friday, we have a new show debuting called Play or Let Die. We take an old retro N64 game, and we just tear it apart. It's going to be super fun. So yeah, YouTube for that.
Awesome. Excellent. I highly recommend checking all these awesome people out because they're cool and they're fun to play with. And I'm sure all their other streams are just as exciting as this one. Thank you all once again for watching us. Again, we'll be back December 30th. We're off next week, but then December 30th, we're back at it for more Troubles in Otari. For now, good night. Goodbye. Go do other things now because it's not time to watch this show anymore. Bye-bye.
Bye.